My name is James Rowlands, and I am a lifelong wrestling fan. In 2015, I started a podcast with my friend, Dan White, reviewing the WWE Network and seeing if it's worth the $9.99 a month. It was. And since then, every month we watch the latest WWE pay-per-views, NXT, and now 205 Live. Still continuing our journey through the network, watching ECW, WCW, and all its classic content. Until we've watched it all, we are with you, and we are the WNR. Yes, hello, I am James Rowlands, and as always, I'm joined by
Dan White.
And it is episode 112 or 112, and it is, Dan, Great Miles of Fire! Are you looking forward to tonight's event?
If past the Raw events, no. But, you know, I always live in hope, so
We do. Yeah.
It should be a good one.
We live in a world full of hope. Is there a match that you're looking forward to in particular?
The dream match.
What, you mean Lesnar and Joe? Oh.
No, Enzo and Big Cass.
Enzo and Big Cass.
No,
that is a dream match.
I think the 30-minute Iron Man match should be a good one.
Yeah, well, like we talk about, the Joe Lesnar match is one that it should deliver. We'll get onto that in a bit because we'll do our introductions now. And what better way to kick off, Dan, than with kickoff. And we see Renee Young, David Utunga and Peter Rosenberg on the kickoff panel, and we see Paul Heyman in the social media lounge. I should say as well, on the kickoff, Dana Brooke was a guest, and she had a couple of things to say, but got interrupted by Emma, who wanted to speak to her in the locker room. So do you think Emma and Dana Brooke, we saw that team on NXT, didn't we, Dan? Do you think there's a chance for them going forward on Raw?
No.
No. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it is good to see Emma back. I'm a big fan of her. Dana Brooke, I am not, but at least Emma is back on WWE television, or back on kickoffs.
Indeed. Oh, yeah, you're not allowed to go for the same as me, but there's another match in this programme, and I'm going for Heath Slater.
Okay, I'll go for Heath Slater.
No.
You just said I'm going to go for obviously.
You're not allowed to go the same as me. So
okay, but it doesn't matter if we don't see the finish.
It doesn't, no. It doesn't count.
It doesn't count as a point.
But you hear it.
Do you hear it?
I think so.
Do you know, I should have gone back and watched the end of this pay-per-view. But I just couldn't be bothered.
I've not seen anything that happened.
No, I've read about it, but I've not watched it.
I saw.
But apparently, it's going to be fucking awesome.
The last bit is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as seen as tonight's Great Balls of Fire kickoff, Emma interrupted Dana Brooks' appearance on the panel and asked her to come backstage so they could talk. No word yet on what is going on between the two, but Dana tweeted the following. Emma had some interesting things to say. #GBOF. And our kickoff match is going to be the Cruiserweight Championship, a match we've been building up now for the past few weeks on 205 Live. We've just had our WWE Network update. But I should say we're at an American Airlines Arena in Dallas, Texas. And of course, predictions, I'll talk about the podcast league, Dan, because you know I always do. We have 3 different leagues that we do, NXT events, pay-per-views, of course, bonus points. At the moment on the pay-per-view league, I am 8-3 up, but I am 19-0 since NXT Brooklyn 2. So, Dan, can the streak be stopped here tonight?
Yes, because I've got Chris Benoit in my envelope.
Right, you've just mentioned Chris Benoit in your envelope. I've started a Twitter, @MiniChrisBenoit. So everybody on Twitter, go and follow @MiniChrisBenoit, and he can be your new friend. He's going to say, hello, I'm Mini Chris Benoit. I enjoy wrestling and hanging out. So, see what I did there?
It's going to be a controversial Twitter account.
No, it's not. Part of the WWE Network with you. He's trying to stop the bad name of Benoit and try and, bring some light into it. That is the latest thing we are doing. See how far that goes.
Finished talking about Mini Chris Benoit, who is perched atop of my microphone stand.
And why is he there for?
For luck.
For luck. So let's see if the streak can be broken. Let's see if you can win a pay-per-view. We do predictions, like say every event, and the winner, of course, gets the pay-per-view point. We write these down in a seal envelope so they can't be tampered and or doctored. And we have got the envelopes now. We have just opened them. And, of course, as we see this match start, we're going to do predictions. But first, Dan, what have you thought of the build-up and the promo to this?
I've mentioned it before. I think having Titus O'Neil in his corner is very helpful for Akira Tozawa and the language barrier. you know, it has been good. We've seen the rise of Akira Tozawa. We know Neville from his past endeavours in WWE and what he's achieved since joining the Cruiserweight division. And, you know, I'm a very big fan of Akira Tozawa.
Yes.
And, you know, we both... I don't know, I quite like the dominance of Neville, and I did say at the end of last year I'd like to see more of Neville.
Yes.
We've been given a shitload of Neville.
You've had that in spades. Yeah, and I also feel like, you know, the one criticism of the Aries Neville feud is he wanted a kind of younger guy there who could really tell. Tozawa is connecting with the crowd. I don't know if that's just through the help of Titus O'Neil, but he's very likeable, isn't he? Especially for a Japanese guy coming in. And in the early going, they just exchange wrestling moves. But
James, who have you gone for?
Well, to start off the night, I've gone safe and sound because I like Tozawa a lot, but I have gone for Neville in this match.
Yes, it's Neville, yes. And I too have gone for Neville, and I Tozawa an awful lot.
Yes, I mean, the thing is, I was talking to someone else, not you, Dan, I'm not cheating on you about wrestling, about Tozawa the other day, and if this was on the main show, I think Tozawa could stand a really good chance, but seeing this is a kickoff match now, and seeing how, you know, dominant Neville has been recently, I don't think Tozawa's going to win it first time round, you know? He might get another crack at the cherry.
Do you think Neville is too dominant?
I think this is a slight problem with it, you know, as we see in the early going here now, Tozawa trying to suicide dive, Neville just stops him in his tracks, Neville slows it down, and he's been doing this for the past 6 months on 205 Live. Every match we see with Neville, it's almost exactly the same, isn't it?
Is he the Oscar of the Cruiserweight division?
I think he is, yeah, but I think it's hampering the Cruiserweight division as opposed to helping it like it is the women's division. But then again, you could say the women's division, apart from maybe 4 of them, you know what I mean, aren't on that Oscar level, and it might not be on the Neville level that is.
Well, you know, one of the main things we said about the Cruiserweight division is everyone is 205 or under.
Yeah.
It should be an even playing field, but it doesn't seem like it is an even playing field.
No, at the moment it seems like Neville, no one is in Neville's league as he tosses Tozawa on the outside, and Titus O'Neil can't really help. You would expect, at least, you know, with a manager, Tozawa might have the advantages. Now, if he does win, I think I'll be happy enough because like how much of a fan I am of Akira.
Yeah.
But then again, that's not going to help his chances, is it, Dan?
Well, you know, it's quite unheard of for faces to have managers, and let alone a manager that gets involved. You know, it's normally a heel, and it's normally their manager that helps them out.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go back to like the 1970s. I mean, you could say Paul Ellering with the Legion of Doom, but as single stars, it was Bob Backlund, you know, with the Grand Wizard and Freddie Blassie, their managers. That you have to go back that long to see it. I mean, but I think you're right. I think what you're saying about the language barrier being a factor with Tozawa, I think Titus O'Neil is going to help out with that, isn't he? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, because obviously they don't really see Titus as a working out. It could always lead to the big man beating down the little guys. You know, I mean, he has got Cruz and Tozawa now. Do you approve of the Titus brand? Do you think he can get stronger like the Heenan family?
Again, if they do it correctly, why is he managing Apollo Crews?
Well, yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? You know, is it
because he's a crap talker? Because Apollo Crews isn't really much of a talker, as is Akira Tozawa, but obviously that's because he's Asian.
Yeah, well,
you know, and he's not got a grasp of the language.
And the thing is, as well, with Cruz, he was brought up from NXT too soon, wasn't he? He didn't have any success in NXT, came up, he didn't know what to do with him, he just thought it would be a good reaction at that point. And then, like I say, sticking in with Titus. Would Tozawa have worked better, would he had a better chance if he was in NXT?
You know, again, would it be too close to having the likes of Shinsuke Nakamura and
Hideo
Itami there?
Yeah, no, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean,
it's like, you know, they like to keep it diverse across all platforms. You know, we've got a Geordie going against a Japanese fella, and you know, there's loads of different nationalities in 205 Live.
No, that's definitely true. But the thing I like about the Nakamura, Tozawa and Itami is they're all different characters themselves. They're not just the kind of basic Japanese, tell them apart. And in this match, Neville has been whooping Tozawa's ass, throwing him against the barricade and beating him down for the last 5 minutes. But I think that's all about to change, is it, Dan?
Yes, Cesaro was psyching himself up. And he delivers a load of chops to Neville's big chest. And, Neville's trying to fight him off.
Hey!
Cesaro goes for a right hand. Neville puts his hands up to block, but as soon as his hands drop, that's when Cesaro hits.
And Cesaro, brilliant kick. I would as well with Cesaro. If he hits the he hits the German suplex that we've seen him win on 205 Live. I mean, this is the guy, I think, knocked my guy out, if I remember. Anyway, not talking about that now. We're talking about the Cruiserweight Championship. Well, I know Cesaro's amazing, but I don't think he's going to get it from there.
So he suicide dives through the second rope and just flying headbutts him out. And is he going for a second?
He's not finished.
Neville got straight up to his feet and Cesaro goes on the attack again.
Titus
O'Neil is loving it.
He is. And now can Cesaro get the pin? Be the new Cruiserweight Champion?
Neville managing to kick out. First one of the night.
It is always a good sign. Titus O'Neil trying to get Cesaro to seize the momentum now. We've seen the replay, slow motion replay of the headbutt.
Hits its mark, and Titus is a very exciting and colourful character to have in your corner.
Yeah. And now Cesaro and the fans get behind him.
But Neville, you got to keep on the attack with him. It doesn't take long for him to recover.
Well, we talk about keys to victory, with Cesaro in this match, Dan. What does he have to do if he wants to pull off the upset?
He needs to keep at Neville. He can't give him any room to breathe. If he's on the offence, he needs to stay on the offence. Maybe even use a bit of Titus O'Neil as a distraction. Not getting involved too much, but try and, take the focus away from Cesaro.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, as Neville looked to have Cesaro up on his shoulders, but Cesaro's kind of turned it into I don't want to say tarantula, but...
Well, he's certainly got his leg in a few awkward positions there on Neville, and Neville looked in some sort of pain as he managed to clamber to the bottom ropes.
And he still holds on to the Cruiserweight title, like I say, been dominant these past 6 months, but Cesaro looks like he is on the Neville level here tonight, and he might get the job done.
And he's cycling himself up again, going up to the top rope.
Well, we've seen him hit the senton off the top through tables before. Can he go through Neville?
Neville gets up to his feet. Cesaro jumps over his head. Kick to the midsection. But Neville follows him up and delivers a big forearm to the face. Someone said this match was on the pre-show because they didn't want to change the ring ropes. And I commented saying they don't change the ring ropes. They put tape on them off in there
well
and
done.
It live.
We like to fact people, do you know what I mean? We like to give them...
Not the fact the shit out of them.
Exactly how to tell them like it is, as Cesaro's caught up on that top rope. And
Neville with a big drop kick to Cesaro's chest. Goes for the cover. 1, 2.
What's Titus Neville going to get involved then?
Wow, it looked like he was going to climb in the ring.
Well, I think Neville, as we see, we're only 9 minutes away from Great Balls of Fire. I think with Neville, it's overconfidence, isn't it? We see him looking at the crowd, looking at Titus Neville, looking at everybody else apart from his opponent. And when you've got an opponent as dangerous as Cesaro, that is a very difficult situation.
Yeah, but, as we showed last time we saw Neville wrestle, he can get distracted and still win the match, Yeah,
not everybody can do that, can they?
All right,
I won't start. It's a Raw pay-per-view. Sorry, I'm sorry. And now Cesaro down. Neville off the second rope. Oh, my God.
Goes for a 450. Hits nothing but mat. Cesaro rolls him up. We nearly had a new Cruiserweight champion.
My God, Neville kicks him.
Neville recovers really quickly.
He does. You said that last week as well, but Cesaro hits the Hurricane Runner.
Neville rolls him through and he gets caught in the face with a kick from Cesaro. Can Cesaro finish this man off?
I think Cesaro's going to do it. He's going to hit the senton now.
Big senton.
No, it took too long. Neville.
Just like Bobby Roode rolls to the outside like a pussy bitch.
And don't start. I said don't start.
And you got one in. I'm getting
all
one
right.
in.
Well, I'm going to make it better. Well, just like Bobby Roode, Dan, you're right. Neville's a champion. And that's what champions do to keep their titles. As Cesaro throws Neville back in the ropes.
Gets planted on the top. It's got to be uncomfortable for him. Top rope to add insult to injury.
And Titus O'Neil saying, come on, ref, didn't you see that?
Well, I don't think it's classed as a low blow. He didn't actually kick him in the nuts. It's like when you Irish whip someone into the steel stairs.
That's fair play, actually. But the referee is taking his time, stopping this match, making sure the star can recover. I mean, he knocked out his mouthpiece.
Oh, Neville with a kick to the midsection. Goes for the coup.
Like this. Oh,
Three.
What a wet ending. Fucking hell.
From a match that I was thoroughly enjoying, to end it like that, I mean, meh.
Who beats someone after a block off the top rope? I don't know anybody that can...
Unless that actually did cause him pain, and I'd feel for him.
Yeah, well, unless it's a legitimate injury, I am not having that. But yes, Neville does win. He's looking to get the Cruiserweight title, and Titus O'Neil now looking at his man, and Neville just getting the championship, walking away. Oh, wow. Like we say, we were enjoying it. It was really good. It was building to a certain point, and then all of a sudden, bam, shit finish. And shit finishes have ruined the past couple of pay-per-views, Dan. I tell you. And I don't want that starting tonight. What do you think?
Exactly the same as you. I was really enjoying that match, especially for a kick-off match. And, yeah, they go and end it with a low blow of some sorts.
Oh, awful. But that does mean, though, we do start off, because I did lose the kick-off match last month, but that was all fair because of who was involved. We do start off with a point as we head into the main show. So the next time you hear us, we will be watching Great Balls of Fire live. Let's have a look at the opening promo.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to the first ever WWE Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. We're so glad you've chosen us to entertain you and your family. Grab a refreshment and enjoy the preview.
The big dog vowed to slay the monster.
This is my yard, and I make the rules.
The monster among men is back.
I'm not finished with you! If you think you're man enough, then I'll see you at Great Balls of Fire in an ambulance match. I'm gonna throw you in the back of that ambulance, and I'm gonna take you straight to hell.
And that's not all. Take a look at what else we have in store for you this evening. Presented in Boss Vision.
What a performance by Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks with an opportunity at Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship.
Long live Alexa Bliss, the one and only goddess of WWE.
Oh, it's boss time.
I am going to take back my WWE Women's Championship.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, and youngsters, you'll surely want to turn your speakers up for this, our main event.
It's Samoa Joe's Day of Reckoning. Everyone that enters the ring with the beast ends up beaten, victimized, and conquered. Now's the time to start fearing Brock Lesnar.
Are you guys ready for this collision?
Let's go!
Lesnar versus Joe for the Universal Championship.
What stands here in front of you is a man that does not fear Brock Lesnar.
Cocaine clutch. The beast is fading fast. The champ's in trouble at Great Balls of Fire.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Kisses, baby. Feels good. Hold me, baby. Well, Mr. Gracious, great balls of fire.
Dan, goodness gracious, what did you think of that promo?
It was Great Balls of Fire, James. Some of the feuds don't really make too much sense, but we get into that in their individual matches. Yep. But I am heat that is bringing for the Samoa Joe Brock Lesnar match.
Yes.
And, it's definitely got a big match feel about it.
Yeah, that's built up to the main event as it is. But the thing I like about it was it's different theme. Everything else is all tonight I will defeat you. I'm destroy, vengeance, anger, and with this, it's a
50s theme.
Yeah, a little bit of fun.
It's a bit like when they used to have the themed WrestleManias.
Yeah, exactly like that. And I quite like. Even though it's only there to make Vince McMahon laugh, at least it's different. So let's see what WWE GBOF has to offer as we move forward. Oh my God, Fireflies are out. Our first match, it is Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins.
Well, what do you think of the build-up?
Do you know in like SmackDown games or just like this exhibition matches in FIFA, you just have one team, you put them against another team because that looks quite cool, and then you have a match. There's no reason for it. It's just because Seth Rollins is doing nothing because of Samoa Joe now with Brock Lesnar, and they gave up on Bray Wyatt 3 months ago
when he was beaten by Randy Orton, I believe.
Yeah, and since then he's not done anything on Raw, and they put them together. And what have you got? Bibbidi babbidi boo. You got, what I mean? It's nothing really. But anyway, prediction-wise, Dan.
Yes. Well, as everyone is well aware, Bray Wyatt has been on a bit of a losing streak, but I think that's going to end tonight. And I've gone for Bray Wyatt.
You've gone for Bray Wyatt
in this match.
Well, that's very interesting. But Bray is getting a very good face reaction. Seth Rollins himself, not too bad. Not too bad for someone who is... You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's kind of slowed down. He's not really progressing since he's, been out for a while. Yeah, he's Magoo.
He is.
At least, Roman Reigns is getting heat.
Yes.
And in Ambrose, even though he's not really progressing, he's, when the general manager's not about, he's in charge of the show. He's still kind of, got that marketability.
I agree with you. And Seth Rollins is definitely lacking that. But what surprises me, Dan, before I get on to my prediction, what surprises me is the talk Triple H, what he's been saying. He's saying Rollins is going to be one of the next stars of the company, leading forward into the future. He's on the WWE 2K18, isn't he? That's coming out. And he's one of the early favourites for the Royal Rumble. And I don't know where it's coming from, but I ain't going to go against that. So I have gone Seth Rollins. So we start off, there we go, a little bit different.
The main show, we're going to have a bit of indifference.
But I think that's the question. Surely...
Don't call me Shirley.
Bray does need the win, though, doesn't he?
I think Bray needs it more than Seth Rollins, whereas Seth Rollins has been given the cover of 2K18. He's been getting all this hype, and I think Bray needs it more than Seth.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. But I've just gone Seth Rollins because I think the WWE don't care about that. Do you know what I mean?
From past treatment, they really don't care about it.
Well, we had Joe versus Rollins a couple of months ago where I thought surely
don't call me Shirley.
Joe would win, Rollins pulled out a victory, and I think he's going to do the same tonight, this feud, it's not a feud. This is everybody busy until they actually have something for them to do.
It's a card filler.
Yeah, if anything, the Cruiserweight title I was more excited for than this match. Yeah. This is a Raw main event, and not the best one it would have to offer. I mean, I don't want to be too harsh, but they don't know what they're doing with Bray Wyatt. It's obvious now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they've got rid of his stable, the Wyatt family. They've got rid of his title. They've just taken everything away.
Yeah, I think they have. But we try and get into it. We talk about keys to victory. I think Rollins, because obviously we've gone different, so it helps. I think Seth Rollins in this match just needs to do what he's been doing, and that's obviously on the right side of Triple H. I'm not going to have a go at him, but even in ring recently, I don't know. Maybe because of the injury, he's come back and he's testing it out. Maybe he doesn't want to get hurt too much, but too high risk for him. I think he just, as the architect of the Shield, going back to that, I think he'll carve himself out of victory. What does Bray have to do if he wants to beat Rollins?
I think he needs to concentrate on being a dominant force and not keep fucking about with mind games.
Yeah.
Projecting shit onto the ring, turning himself backwards, doing this and the other, because as we just seen him there against Seth, he's done it and it didn't pay off for him.
Yeah.
He got a kick straight to the face.
Oh, now I don't even know what Seth's trying there, but gets caught with the arm. I mean, I don't know what their chemistry's going to be like, even if they can get a good match. It would be interesting, wouldn't it?
We've seen their history from the Wyatts versus the Shield. They've been around each other for a little while now. They must have a good feel of what each other's capable of and how to have a good match.
This does mean now as well, not only Bray Wyatt feuding with the Shield as the Wyatt family, but now he's had individual pay-per-view matches with each member of the Shield, because he had that long-ass feud with Ambrose, didn't he, last year? And, of course, Reigns. Anybody but you, Reigns, but, I'll forget about that. Oh!
Going a bit brutal, throwing Seth into the steel steps and then throwing him into the barricade as well. But, again, he's too slow.
Yeah, but my problem is I'm looking at Rollins and all the negativity from him as well, you know what I mean? Like, he's getting beaten down now, make a little bit of a comeback, go for a pedigree, fuck it up. Where's with Bray?
Well, it was Bray. He hits him on the outside, throws him in the ring, goes for a cover. Well, that's not going to pin him. Why be a dick?
Well, Bray now is working on a sleeper, and this is very early to start a sleeper hold. Is it me, or have opening matches changed to the kickoff match now? But, I used to think it was like a 10-minute, 15-minute match, usually in the Continental Championship. Get the crowd going, get them into it. Got
to get some excitement. But look, he's standing there, chewing his fingers, smirking and having a grin on his face.
Dan, he's not smirking. You're not allowed smoking. You're not allowed to smirk in the ring, all right?
But, you know what I mean? He's just being too slow. I know it's probably not his fault, it's creative's fault, but,
This is the thing that Steve Austin says as well, is the fact is, creative give it to you, but you can argue, you can fight against, what position you're in. And has Bray Wyatt done that? Has he grabbed the supposed brass ring? And mucking around at the top, being caught by Seth Rollins.
But finally manages to catch him, goes for a superplex off the second rope and lands it.
Yep. Rollins in serious trouble. But this looks good for me, though, because Bray Wyatt has been in control for a little while now, and that's always good for a babyface. Let's hope it ends in double DQ. We can have a match next month. Sticking the Miz and Ambrose. Well, Rollins is in trouble, and Bray's going to go out to the apron yet again. And he's going to put some punishment on Rollins. Oh!
Plants him head first into the apron. That is the hardest part of the ring.
It is. And the dented Rollins skull. And now this is going to be an easy cover for Bray.
Rollins managing to kick out. And then back to the side. Headlock.
Yeah, he's got that cinched in tight, hasn't he? Taking the breath of Seth Rollins away. But, I mean, this whole thing, they deserve more. I don't want to be negative about it, but Rollins, before he got injured the way he was, it was great. That cocky heel character. I don't think he works as a face. I think Bray is crying out to be turned into a good guy. Not just to be like, oh, I love everybody at home. Just do exactly the same thing you do, but get cheered. You know what I mean? We've seen it with other wrestlers.
Well, Bray goes for his running senton. Seth rolls out of the way, and both men are out of breath on the mat.
Yeah, but now Rollins trying to get back in it, using the ropes to help him out. Oh, Rollins up. There we go.
Bray goes charging towards him, but gets tossed outside the ring.
Now he's going to go flying.
Oh, Bray comes in to try and attack him, but Seth wise to it.
And now Seth trying to pick Bray up, but Bray's got the weight advantage blocking it.
Oh, but Seth with a knee to the head manages to get out of it and a running kick.
Oh, sends Bray to the outside. No, the fans gave up ages ago, Seth. Oh!
Seth suicide dive and takes out Bray.
I don't know. Maybe it's just what they have to do now, but I mean, suicide dive is so overused after the dive to the outside. Anyway, back in the ring, and now Rollins springboard.
Oh, big forearm. Well, we've seen two from Cesaro in the first match. We've seen one from Seth.
Yeah. And Ambrose is going to do one during his match. No offence to him, but now Rollins, there you go. He's a king slayer. See? Slapping his chest.
But another thing is, characters like Brock Lesnar don't get the treatment they should. Like Kane when he first come into it.
Yeah.
He was a monster.
Yeah.
And a switchblade there by Seth Rollins changed momentum.
Oh!
Blockbuster off the top.
That could be it. Bray's in trouble.
Oh, but Bray managing to kick out.
Braun Strowman is the closest they've come to that, but they fucked it up in February, didn't they, when he had him lose to Reigns, and then I'm not even going to talk about what happened at Mania. Now they're trying to fix it. It's like, wait a minute, that didn't happen to Kane. Like, he might have lost the Undertaker, but it took 3 tombstones, and you know what I mean?
He was a dominant monster, and he lost to...
Yeah, and the feud made sense, Bray losing to Rollins, or Bray losing to anybody. Well, Strowman and Reigns, no, I'm not having it. I can have a go at them later anyway, because in this match, there's going to be a lot to shout out at Raw pay-per-views. Elbows, and now Rollins going to go for the kick.
Oh, Bray catches him. Sister Abigail, plant that kiss. Seth fights out of it. Inseguri rocks Bray.
Oh, now Bray in trouble. Oh!
But Bray turns him inside out with a clothesline.
Fucking hell. Now, yeah, Bray.
Finish him, Bray. Bray going for a suplex, but gets reversed.
Oh!
Slammed by Rollins.
Rollins got him. Oh!
Bray manages to kick out.
I'm trying to bring some excitement. I'm trying to pretend that it matters. I mean, it does. Of course, there's a point on the line here, but,
It's got to be more than that.
It's got to be, Go back and listen to our, Roderick Strong versus Bobby Roode NXT title defense, Go back to the start of the year, Roode versus Nakamura. You didn't believe that's 6 months ago now.
Emotion.
Oh, anyway, Rollins trying to get the crowd in motion, trying to get them to do anything in this match as he goes to the top. But has he taken too long?
Oh, well, Bray bounces against the ropes, crutches him on the top.
Pin him. Just pin him there. That's fine.
Oh, face first and 1, 2.
Oh.
I thought that was a victory for Bray then.
But he kicked out.
Oh.
So they've just had the same move, basically Bray delivering a worse move to Rollins, then to Zawa, but managing to kick out.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, that's how you treat cruiserweights, is it? Or is that because Rollins is such a big star, Dan? Hey, you can't keep him down, can you? As he pushes Bray away. Oh,
but Bray with a rock bottom. 1, 2.
No, he's looking at where the referee is. He's alright. Seth's alright. He's got his eyes on the hand. He knows.
Twats.
Well, Sister Abigail out of nowhere. That's the only way I can see it finishing for Bray to win this. Come on, Sethy boy. Cheeky little pin. Get out of the ring before you get hurt. Now it's time. What's he doing, Dan?
He's wasting time, going into the corner, turning Seth's world upside down. I know it's all part of showmanship, but come on, look, The Undertaker, a slice to the front.
Yeah,
you know
take
what I mean?
10 seconds doing it, did he?
Thumbs up, thumbs down, quick as you like.
And Bray, not happy that Seth keeps getting up, slaps him across the face.
And then shouts at the crowd.
Yeah.
Focus, man!
Oh!
See?
And Seth with a sick combination now.
Knees to the midsection.
Oh, no.
But Bray going to that previously injured knee. I mean, we know Seth's got a documented bad knee.
He has, and he's kind of lost it. Oh, no, there we go. That's it. Poke to the eye.
Sister Abigail.
Yeah. This is it. Bang!
Pin that man.
Rollins gets...
1, 2, 3. Point for me. Fuck you.
Well, Bray had to resort to a poke to the eye.
It's not if the ref doesn't see it.
No, but even all that fucking about, he got the job done. So fair play, Bray Wyatt. He needed that victory. Dan, you must be happy about that, weren't you? What do you think of the match?
The match was a bit of a stalemate, really. It wasn't the greatest of matches. I preferred the Cruiserweight match, in all honesty.
Yeah.
You can even see the crowd's reaction. They wasn't really into it until just towards the end. Again, why was they even feuding?
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's something for them to do. It wasn't the best of matches. It would have felt. It feels that place at Raw, and it doesn't matter if Rollins keeps moaning, like referee says, he didn't see it. Bray did need the victory, fair play. I just thought they were going to go Rollins. Anyway, so yes, Dan, you do take the lead. The streak may be over. We might have gone the same for the rest. We just don't know. But an interesting way to start off the pay-per-view proper. But up next, we have... It is the dream match. It is Enzo Amore. It is Big Cass. Let's have a look at how all this came about.
Me? and you are through.
My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room, how you doing?
I've had a roller coaster ride of ups and downs in the WWE, but he's always been the guy who's had my back.
Enzo was like a little brother to me.
Someone that's been looking out for you since day one.
For the past month, someone or multiple people have attacked Enzo and Cass from behind.
Cass, I know what happened to you last week. I have some security camera footage. We both know nobody ever attacked you, did they? Big Cass, you attacked Enzo.
There's more to it than what I'm seeing right now. I know this. You're damn right I did it! Your mouth writes checks that your ass can't cash. I wanted to watch you suffer. You are holding me back nothing more than dead weight. Me and you are through.
You said a lot of things, my friend. And you know what? You were right about a lot of those things. You might have broke my heart, but you're my brother, and that is a bond that I refuse to let you break.
Enzo, I have to be honest. I have never been so ashamed in my life. Yeah, you are annoying. You are loud. But me and you, we are brothers. I'm sorry. Please accept my apology. If anybody here thought that we were going to throw away a lifetime of friendship for this whole ordeal, then there's only
one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you.
You guys want Enzo, huh? Me and you are through.
All right, Dan, so we've just seen the promo, Enzo Big Cass. What are your thoughts?
For a feud, it has actually gone quite well. But shame about the two twats that it is about. You know, a good feud, bad tag team. You're not going to get many positive comments from me from this match. I'll try and keep it as positive as I can.
I mean, that was quite positive. Don't get me wrong. You talked about the way the feud's been handled with Big Cass, you know, blaming Enzo for how shit his career's been, and then looked like he's rejoining him as friends, but then throwing him off the stage. So, but we've seen Enzo come out here, and he's had a lot to say on the microphone, Dan, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah, and well, you made a valid point. I'll let you make it again.
I think the match will be shorter than Enzo's promo, because he's been talking about 5 minutes now. Talk about My Way. He's finally made his end point. Basically, you know, that song along with the feud. Well.
James, who have you gone for?
I have gone for Enz Big Cass.
I have gone
Big Gash. No one wins.
No one wins in reality.
How very, very noble of you. And just when I thought Enzo's promo was over, he's still managing to talk.
You're going to blow him up.
Wasn't a bad promo for Enzo, though. that bit. Showed a bit of intensity.
Whether he can back up in the ring's a different matter, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly. Right, let's hear Big Cass's mute. Dun, bum, bum.
Sounds like a bit like Big Boss Man mixed with Diesel.
Yeah.
A Hills entrance theme.
But he's not got the... I don't look at him and think, oh, I'm intimidated. I look at him and go, he's a little bit flabby, isn't he? He's like... I know, sorry, I've not got the body of a giant, but I don't assume that as that impressive. I mean, I know I'm preaching to the converted here. I'm just trying to add a little bit. I suppose I've got to be positive. Is there potential in Big Cass in the future, Dan?
If they can teach him how to wrestle, then, yeah, you know, he could be... Well, you know, all he's ever going to be is the generic big guy. Stepping over the top rope, pointing his hand up high, you know, doing big elbows, big knees, big this, big that, you know?
Yeah. But can he be the next great main event, or will he just...
He can be the next test.
Exactly. Will he fail the test level? Tonight is a big test for him, going against his former friend Enzo Amore. So, here we go. Rang the bell. I'm timing it.
Oh, Enzo's come out all fired up, but doesn't look like he's got too much to offer Big Cass. He delivers a big blow to the back of little Enzo.
This will be funny. Keith True does Enzo and Big Cass have to do if they want to win, respectively?
Enzo, I don't even think he's got a finisher. I've never seen it.
No.
And Big Cass, you know, he just needs to dominate Enzo as he's... In all their matches I've seen, it's always been Enzo.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
And, you know, from their matches as well, he's used to throwing... It's been Big Cass.
Yeah.
The dominating one of their matches has always been Big Cass. He's used to throwing Enzo about. So, you know, and Enzo, he needs help if he's going to win.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what that help could be if he was to get it. But we've got Big Cass, and he's already hit 2 big shoulder blocks and a big kicks in the corner. Now he's got a big chin lock.
Well, for this big show, Enzo does need some help.
He does indeed. It's a giant problem for Enzo. And Big Cass has got to do the heel eyes.
But if Enzo does get some help, he might be Paul White.
Well, no. There was a big fall-away slam.
That was a big fall-away slam there.
And guess who hit that?
A big point to the air because he's a big man.
Big man!
Aye, big man.
This is just over a minute. Promo is longer at the moment.
Oh, big splash.
Oh.
That was a huge splash.
I was about to say that. It was a huge, ginormous smash. So I can't even say the word. Big Cass again. Oh.
Enzo can't even stand on his feet.
And you can't teach that. I don't even know.
I wouldn't want to fucking learn it.
That's a pro. Oh, look at the fight. Look at the heart. Enzo Amore. He's had 4 offensive moves in this match, and Big Cass grabbing Enzo and saying, look, huh?
Big Cass is like, no, mate.
Mate. Maybe he's going to do a Nakamura. No, he's not.
Big clubbing blows to the back of Enzo.
Put him up on that top turnbuckle. For Big Cass, it's just a middle turnbuckle, really. That's how big he is. The faraway look in Enzo's eyes.
His eyes are glazed over like he's been eating donuts.
Big Cass picking up Enzo. Oh, he's going to throw Enzo now. He's used to it.
Oh, throws him out of the ring. Lands on that wafer-thin mat.
There you go. He's got a smile. He likes it. Crowd doesn't like it, though. One more time. Some fans are chanting, Ole! Some fans are chanting.
One more time. One more time. Do it from higher. Do it from higher.
And he's somehow trying to crawl himself back up on the ring, Dan. Oh, manages to break the count.
Time for Enzo to break his... Enzo to have his face broken.
Yeah, you're back at Enzo now, Dan. He's won you over in this match, shown the heart, the determination of a warrior. He will not give up. He will not give in, Dan. This is his time.
It's my time.
A Big Cass. Oh!
Big boot.
Goes for the pin.
1, 2, easy.
Thank fuck I didn't go Enzo. Do you know that?
Was you seriously considering?
I thought, right, maybe he'll pull a victory out of nowhere. You know, like the Shawn Michaels Triple H match. I'm not comparing it, but, you know, Shawn got the victory and then Big Cass beat him afterwards. But they obviously don't
Big
care.
Cass beat him afterwards?
Triple H. Fucking hell. Don't get them confused. Triple H beat Michaels up with a sledgehammer afterwards, but in this match they gave him absolutely... I mean, this is on the level of JTG versus Shad Gaspard, isn't it, really? This is...
They had an interesting stipulation, and Shad Gaspard actually won the match.
Yeah, and they gave JTG some stuff to do, but big Cass hole.
James, what did you think of that piece of shit match?
It was unbelievable. Complete destruction. I know you don't like Enzo, But, I mean, what can you do with him now? He's just a certified loser.
There's one thing, and I can hear it on your lips, and you ever even suggest it, I'll burn your motherfucking house down. Because I know you've commented on his small size and where he'd fit into.
Yes. Well, I'm saying maybe what can save Enzo is a great babyface run against Neville at 205 Live.
I'd start watching.
You would. You'll burn the house to the ground, like you said. I believe you.
Well, Big Show didn't come out to help Enzo, so it just goes to show
you don't give a fuck about it.
No one likes Enzo.
Yeah, no one cares because Kurt Angle put him in a situation, general manager. He did, and like, Enzo is the big loser, but we're not. Well, I am still. I hate losing, you know that. Anyway, I don't. I love it. Dan, we both get a point, so you go to 3. I go to 2. You are on. I was going to say it earlier, but you're on for a perfect score, my friend. But up next, we have got the tag team title match, Dan. 30-minute Iron Man, that is correct, match. First time ever for the tag team titles.
Iron Man.
So this is going to be half hour. So here come the Hardy Boys, and we're going to have a lot to talk about. Predictions, Dan. Who have you gone for in this match?
Well, as you know, James, I am well up to date with my rumours. And rumour has it that Sheamus is leaving very soon to go and film a movie.
Right.
So I have gone for the Cesaro.
Right, why have you gone for...
James, who have you gone for?
S&C, Sheamus Cesaro. Why have you gone Sheamus and Cesaro?
Well, despite Cesaro, half of them leaving potentially soon, I think a loss for the Hardys will kick in the broken Matt Hardy side, which everyone has been desperate to see. The fans, you know, they still chant delete, even though he has come back as Team Extreme Hardy Boys as opposed to broken Matt and his brother Nero.
Yeah.
So, you know, I do think it's going to go down that way. James, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's... I don't know about the Hardy Boys. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to actually get the gimmick. But I think this feud's gone on quite a long time now. And I feel that if the Hardy Boys were to win it, it would end that and they'd move on to another feud. If they are going to do that, I think the Revival should be involved.
And also, another interesting stat. Whoever has been drawn at number 17 in that year's Royal Rumble for the past 2 years has gone on to win the Heavyweight Championship. Guess who was number 17 in a 2017 Royal Rumble?
Who?
Sheamus. Cesaro.
Cesaro, there we go. Well, that's interesting. Back to what I was saying. The tag team title, Sheamus, Cesaro. Yeah, so the Revival to be involved. And I think it might be a three-way match at SummerSlam, you know, Revival, Hardys, same as Cesaro, and get the Revival to get the tag team titles and then move on with that. But it is going to be half hour between these two. I mean, a draw, just Cesaro and Sheamus, would that mean they...
Overtime, wouldn't it?
Would it be overtime?
In normal Iron Man rules, it goes to overtime, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens if we do get to that. And here we go.
Well, we thought Cesaro was starting off, but he slid out the ring, bro kick for Matt, and an early victory for Cesaro.
And there we go. 20 seconds in, and Cesaro Sheamus. It's all about strategy, that was now, wasn't it?
Well done,
hey!
Yeah, you said it correctly.
Oh, God.
So, James, keys to victory.
Well, difficult one, isn't it? Hardy's such a great tag team, whereas Sheamus and Cesaro so new. I mean, the Hardy Boys, like Jeff was talking earlier, he said there was in the first tables match, first ladder match, first TLC match, tag team, and now doing the Iron Man match. They adapt as well, didn't they? And that's why they are still on top of the tag team division, contending for it later on. We know Sheamus and Cesaro, it would be impressive if they can get out 30 minutes on the winning side of the Hardy Boys. And I think it would mean they would arrive. To do that, I'm not sure how you would. You know, it's difficult. Would you work on Jeff? And then hope Matt, is he lesser coming in than he would be? It's all about game plan as well, isn't it? You know, you've got half hour.
But you are also taking away that Jeff is a former heavyweight champion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's the biggest star out of the four of the guys, isn't he? But if at the moment, you've got to think who can you maybe, you know, take your time with. You've got to waste time. They've already won that up. They're playing a defensive strategy at the moment, aren't they? You know, just wearing down Jeff. And Matt's just trying to bide his way back in the ring. But Dan, do we need this match?
Yeah, we do. It is, out of a majority of the matches on the card, this is probably one that actually makes sense. It's got a legitimate feud behind it. You know, we complain about feuds going on too long, but Rock and Austin.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, wouldn't you like a modern day Rock and Austin feud?
Yeah, of course I would. But, I mean, have you got the star power nowadays to be able to have that kind of longevity?
Oh, that's the thing. I think their rosters are so deep that they don't, if you get my drift. They've got so many people, they don't need to. I think back then, numbers were quite dwindling, you know, of top stars. You know, like people that put asses in seats, and you don't need to have 12 straight pay-per-views with the same feud.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So to contradict myself...
That's fine. If you want to contradict yourself, that's what we're all about here. I completely agree and disagree with you at the same time, so it's fine.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
Twist of fate? No.
Plant Sheamus with a DDT, is this enough to keep the big Irishman down?
No. Kick out.
Oh.
As I was saying, I've got an eye. Oh, you big man.
So, can we count Sheamus and Cesaro as a proper team now?
I think, like I said, if they win this match, then for me, infamy, I think they will be a proper tag team. I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? There's still... I count them as single stars still. Do you count them as a team, or do you count them as...
No, I still count them as single stars.
Yeah.
You know, Edge and Christian, they legitimately worked as a team. You know, despite being... You know, because they was going against the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, so, you know, they was going against people that were actually two together.
Yeah.
You know, after seeing their best of 7 series, we saw a match of it live. And, you know, they've pretty much been together since that night. So, you know, together they've kind of, I don't know, Sheamus has kind of turned Cesaro heel, and, you know, they're starting to gel as a team.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with you there. And what we have seen of them recent times, they are working well together. They seem to be enjoying themselves, you know. I think that's the main thing that needs to be said. But I do think Cesaro is a wasted talent, though, isn't he, in a tag team? Like, with your prediction, like, he needs to be champion, doesn't he?
I think, you know, that is definitely what's needed of Cesaro. I think, you know, there should be a shot for a heavyweight championship once they lose their titles. And, you know, general manager says there's only one spot and there's 2 of you.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they go into their feud again and it picks up from there, you know, and Cesaro beats Sheamus, goes on to, you know, challenge for the title.
Yeah.
Or be up in that picture.
Yeah, I think he definitely deserves it, you know. I think he's great in ring. McMahon's problem with him was that, you know, he's Swiss and people can't understand him, but I think he's, you know, you compare him to Nakamura or something like that, even though I know Nakamura's much better. He's you know what I mean, he can do a promo, and he's very effective with the crowd.
Definitely, yeah.
But I tell you something, Dan, we are, nearly 7 minutes into this, and it has been all Cesaro, hasn't it?
Cesaro.
It's been all Cesaro, hasn't it? All Sheamus.
It has indeed, yes. You know, it seems like they're just going to play out for the draw, you know, park the bus, get the early victory. Well, not play out for the draw, but, you know, get the early victory and play out for that.
Well, Sheamus at the moment is smirking, Dan.
Well, he's not got a cigarette in his mouth. You can't do that in the WWE ring. He's just...
Wow.
Has Sheamus's look grown on you?
I think this looks better. Yeah, I think I've got used to it now. And there's not that many of you look stupid chances.
But again, you know, unlike what happened with Kurt Angle, Cesaro doesn't get your bald chance.
That's true. But then again...
That's true. It's damn true,
It's true, but a lot of bald wrestlers never got it. You know, Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan...
I suppose, yeah, it takes them to get their head shaved and then to be embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
For them to be... Okay, point taken and point conceded.
Now, Matt's going to try and get Jeff back in this. Come on now.
Come on, Jeffrey and Matthew.
Do the replay of how it all went down in the early going.
How Matt went down in the early going. With a bit of help from Sheamus's boot. But, you know, aside from a little bit of a run, it's all been beating down Jeff.
Yeah, and that's what I said. You know, try and beat up on Jeff because... You could say he's not the weaker one, is he? But he could take a lot of punishment. I suppose it's not the best idea to beat him up, really.
No. He's more likely to put his body on the line.
Yeah, durable. But like I said, a game plan for Cesaro.
Well, they've got to pick one and beat him down.
Oh, is that the new thing they got with the thumbs?
It's not good. It's not okay.
Yeah, it's okay. And now Cesaro.
Definitely a good worker.
Yeah, you can see by the way he's got the submission in now. Jeff's face turning purple, Dan.
It is turning crimson.
It's turning red, Dan. Sheamus boots Matt Hardy in the head there, knocking him off the apron.
Cesaro does.
Cesaro knocks Matt Hardy off there with a big boot on the apron.
The tables have turned. I'm winning in predictions, and I'm correcting James. What more could fucking go on tonight?
I'm quitting.
By the power of Mini Benoit!
And the backdrop there.
I'm backing on Jeff Hardy.
Oh, white noise and slamming him down.
1, 2, 3. And just like that, Cesaro and Sheamus go 2-0 up.
Do you know now? I've got a feeling. Do you know what?
I've got a feeling.
I think, therefore I am. I think Cesaro and Sheamus build up a little bit of a lead, and then we're going to find out like the last 10 minutes will be the Hardy Boys trying to get it back, you know? Be a fight against it. Can they not? They hit Swanton Bomb, but it's just...
Well, we've still got 20 minutes left. Sheamus again going for a cover on Jeff, but only getting a 2 count.
2.
It doesn't feel like this match has gone on for 10 minutes. But Sheamus going to dive towards Jeff. He ducks out of the way. Can he get the much-needed tag to his brother, Matt?
Oh, my gosh. Straight into the ring post. Cesaro checking him now. Cesaro being a good team member he is. Throwing Sheamus back in so he can get the tag.
But can enough to get the tag to his brother?
No.
Yes, he can.
Well, Matt hasn't been in there for about 8 minutes. But he's coming like a man on fire.
Delete, 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 delete. Second one.
Oh, headbutts. Now, top turnbuckle.
Oh, he's going crazy. Second turnbuckle. Oh, and the referee has to pull. Oh, he's trying to pull him off.
Oh, and Matt's got a little bit crazy here. Going to take out, Cesaro.
Running Bulldog. Hits it. Can he get the pin? 1, 2. Oh. Cesaro managing to kick out.
Now Matt on the second rope. What's he got planned?
Hardy Boys leg drop. Oh. No, elbow to the back of Cesaro's head. Goes for the cover.
Too close to the ropes. No. Cesaro just kicks out.
Tag, and even though he's been beaten down and Matt's been in the ring for less than 2 minutes, he tags his brother Jeff in. Irish whip to the corner.
Oh.
Jeff takes out Sheamus from the apron. We're going to get a bit of poetry in motion.
Oh.
Bang. Hits its mark.
Uh-oh, Cesaro in trouble.
Side effects by Matt Hardy. Twist of fate by Jeff. Good night, Cesaro. 1, 2, delete.
Yeah. I was wrong then. 2-1.
It's not the first time you've been wrong tonight, is it, James?
No, it isn't.
Delete, delete, delete.
So now both teams get their breath back just for a couple of seconds. That's Hardy's at the best there, Dan, wasn't it?
That is, yeah, it is, to be cliche, poetry in motion from the Hardys. Followed by a couple more moves.
Followed by a twist of fate.
And a side.
Well, we asked Sheamus and Cesaro if they're feeling any side effects. Oh.
Face first suplex there from Jeff to Cesaro, going for another cover.
Oh, no. Cesaro managed to kick out.
Oh,
my God. But one uppercut just levels Jeff Hardy. Jeff found himself back in there again.
Get beaten down. And now you've got a bit more fresher Sheamus.
Oh.
Jeff Hardy with a mule kick there. Sheamus is in the corner. Beaten down by Jeff. Come on, son. Double foot stomp to the chest. Typical Jeff fashion. Goes for a cover. 2.
Oh.
Sheamus managing to kick out.
And now we're nearly halfway through this match. Jeff looking to see what the time is. They need to get 2 fun.
Well, we've just seen a match with 2 falls in. The one before.
I like the way you're thinking there, Dan. Now Jeff backing Sheamus up into the Hardy's corner.
Tags in his brother Matt. Oh, back first into the turnbuckles. Both Hardy suplex.
Oh, here Matt's going to go for the cover.
1, 2. Oh. Cesaro in there to break it up.
Up at the last second.
The pin up.
Oh, Matt is not going to tag Jeff back in. He's just say, come on. Well, what they got planned here?
Poetry in motion. The top rope takes out both Sheamus and Cesaro.
Well, only one man standing at the moment, and that's Matt Hardy. And now Jeff.
And now Sheamus. And the ref.
Yeah, but Cesaro's not.
Matt, Jeff, Sheamus, and... Even the ref's going, delete. Delete. Delete.
Matt throwing Sheamus back in.
Oh, but Cesaro cuts him off and throws him head first into the ring post.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that might have broken Matt Hardy there.
All his memories.
Come on. Well, there we go, Dan. Count out.
Count outs count.
You said the referee was counting delete. He wasn't. He was counting out. Matt Hardy there. 3-1.
He's seeing stars. Look at that. He's saying, can you count Cesaro as a team? You know, they're working well as a team together. Sheamus distracting the ref. Cesaro capitalising on the distraction.
You'd say they're working better than the Hardy Boys at the moment.
Well, I think the Hardy Boys are working.
Oh.
Kick to the chest. He must have broken a couple of ribs.
Now Cesaro going for the cover. Oh no, Matt kicks out.
Oh.
Cesaro doing every taunt he knows in his moveset there. Now working on the back. And for the Hardy Boys, time is running out for him. They're looking at the clock.
Matt trying to crawl towards his corner to get a tag into his brother Jeff, but gets cut off by Sheamus. And now this is an excuse to have a side headlock in a match.
Yes, because you're wasting time, wearing away, taking away from his partner. Got the right side as it was.
Well, I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of Sheamus.
Matt to the apron.
Get down.
Yeah, slow it down, calm it down. Don't want to get disqualified, do you? Now the 10 beats of the Finn Balor.
Throws him off into table. Is he going to go for another count out victory? I mean, it worked last time.
No, that's what Sheamus is saying as well. Look, his time is on his side.
Got time on my side.
I got all the time in the world.
Sheamus got the tag to Cesaro. Cesaro jumps off the apron and takes out Matt.
Oh, fucking hell.
Throws him into the barricade at the side of the ring. Delivers an uppercut to put an exclamation point onto it.
And that looked dangerous as well. I mean, Cesaro went low then. Fucking hell, they're not that. Cesaro tagging in Sheamus.
I think the only thing they have in...
Yeah.
Desperately trying to get a tag to his brother Jeff. But Sheamus and Cesaro both just wasting time in the ring. They should try and take a few pages out of Bray's book.
Oh, now Sheamus going to go for the strike. Oh, gets caught with a side effect and get pinned.
Oh, no. Sheamus managing to kick out.
Close but no cigar. I'll be right. Oh, here comes Cesaro. Big boot to Jeff, and now he's got Matt.
How's him up in a sharpshooter?
Is he going to tap out?
Drags him to the middle of the ring.
There comes Jeff.
Oh, breaks up the manoeuvre.
Where's Sheamus going?
To take out Jeff. He goes face canvas. A whip from Cesaro into his own corner. Matt is in looking like he's in all sorts of trouble.
He is in serious trouble. He's in the wrong part of town now as well. Cesaro started those uppercuts.
Upper hook.
Cesaro-ish whip. Oh, and Matt's got Cesaro in the pin. Tags in Jeff. Oh!
1, 2, 3.
Oh, my word.
And the Hardys pull it level with a cheeky pinning combination.
That was very innovative.
That was very innovative from the Hardys.
It was, and they get them full, and they're one behind now. Cesaro maybe got complacent.
Cesaro tries following up Jeff, gets an elbow to his face.
Oh!
Whisper in the wind, goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, Cesaro managing to kick out.
Well, can Jeff get back into this? Look at his time. Looking at the time. 6 minutes 20. So what would you say Cesaro Sheamus got to do now, Dan? Just waste...
They need to get another victory. You know, you're never certainly winning it if you're 1-0 up. You know, you've got to have at least 2 in the bag.
And that's exactly what they're doing now. The same move that beat him earlier.
But Matt coming in to save the day. Trips up Cesaro.
Oh.
Jeff with the backslide and the roll up, but only getting a 2 count.
2.
Inverted atomic drop.
Oh.
Vintage Jeff Hardy. Follows up with a drop kick and goes for the cover, but only a 2.
2. The drop kick, the face, into the midsection, shall we say? It'd be safe.
It was a bit low, but we call it a mid.
Oh, Jeff gets caught with a big boot. Oh.
Looked like a bro kick, but it's more of a knee. But gets the tag to his brother Matt anyway on his way out. But it doesn't look good for Matt. He's lined up on Sheamus' shoulders. Oh, manages to slide down the side. Deliver a kick to Sheamus' chest. Oh! Tornado DDT plants Sheamus into the mat. 1, 2. Oh! Sheamus managing to kick out.
At the last second. Less than 5 minutes to go. Matt Hardy is calling for a twist of fate.
Well, he sees Cesaro coming in out of the corner of his eye. Gets him out the ring, but gets caught by Sheamus. Goes for the twist of fate, but Sheamus pushes him sternum first into the turnbuckle. Now places him on top. Oh, this ain't going to end well.
It is. No, Matt's fighting it. Desperately trying to stop Sheamus from slamming him.
Delivers an elbow. Gets out of it.
Moonsault. Oh!
Lands it. Goes for the cover. 1.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
I think the first one was to check see if Sheamus' shoulders were down, so it was actually a 2 count.
Oh, that's fair enough then. And Jeff kicking Cesaro out of the ring, but still he's wasting time now with the referee. Just under 4 minutes to go.
Oh, Sheamus hanging Matt up on the top rope.
Oh, but Matt responds. Big right hands to Sheamus. Now what the heck is Matt Hardy going to do?
Twist of fate off the top rope. This has got to finish Sheamus off. 1, 2, 3. And we are level. 3 apiece. Not me and you, James. I'm winning.
And just over 2 minutes to go now as well for Cesaro and Sheamus.
Oh, Matt's calling for the senton bomb. Or the swanton bomb, call it. Sheamus barely able to get to his feet before getting knocked down by Jeff. Can the Hardy Boys go into the lead for the first time in this match?
What, with 2 minutes to go? Jeff going off the top? No.
Oh, Cesaro pulls his buddy out. Both of them get wiped out by Jeff, but this is a perfect location for Sheamus and Cesaro to be because they can't be pinned in the ring.
That is an excellent point. I don't think Sheamus is all there at the moment. He seems a bit out of it. I think he might have landed straight on his face with that twist of fate. I hope we see a replay because he's not skipping up, is he, you know?
No, well, he's... Team Extreme.
Oh! Kick a man whilst he's down.
Both Hardys taking out Sheamus. 1, 2.
Oh!
But Cesaro in again to save the day for Sheamus.
Now Jeff tags Matt in. Yeah. And with a minute to go.
Oh, and Matt's been busted open.
Oh, my word. Must have got caught with the uppercut. Cesaro hit Matt Hardy again.
Oh. Still staying in it for the Hardys.
Well, with 50 seconds to go, they can't stop this now due to the blood. Matt knocks Cesaro off.
It's a backslide. Oh, gets pushed into Jeff.
Oh.
Jeff with the blind tag. Sheamus in prime position for a senton bomb.
And the Hardys.
Bang. Hits it.
Jeff's got it. Cesaro
was a legal man. Covers Jeff.
Oh!
For Cesaro to go 4-3 up.
I did not see that blind tag, Dan.
Stevie Wonder didn't even see that blind tag, my friend.
That's what you're there for. Jeff can't believe it.
And now Cesaro's playing the running game. Jeff wants to desperately finish him off. Twist of fate.
He's going for the cover. Oh, but he's out of time. What? So Cesaro and Sheamus retain. What do you think of the match, Dan?
I thought it was a bloody good match. As far as tag team Iron Man matches go, and I've seen a lot of them. This was probably the best ever. No, all seriousness, bloody good match between the two of them. You know, I couldn't have asked for anything more in a tag team Iron Man match, really.
No, you couldn't. Well, it was really put together well, wasn't it? You know, he had the start of it with Cesaro and Sheamus nicking the pinfall right at the beginning. Who would know they would nick the pinfall right at the end, and in between I think it was all good as well. I think it's the best match these two teams have had, haven't they?
Most definitely, yeah. And you know, for the main card, I think it's probably the best match so far. You know, maybe even, you know, overall throughout the whole card, you know, because the Neville Cesaro match was good. Ending was a bit dodgy, but you know, it wasn't really long enough. You know, I say this match was long enough. It was a half-hour long bloody match.
Yeah, it definitely told the story, didn't it? You know.
Most certainly did, yeah. And, you know, it's a match that could have gone either way. But, for points...
Oh, yeah, shit. Prediction-wise, Dan, yeah, sorry, I didn't mention it, yeah. All right, we get another point, so you move 4-3. Your point ahead.
Out of a possible... How many points am I? 4? 4
out of 5. Oh. Yeah, so up next after that, and Dan, I'm not happy. 4-3 down, but... maybe it can change. Maybe if I can change, you can change, we can all change. I know that was Rocky from Rocky 4. But up next, it is the Women's Championship on the line. Alexa Bliss, the champion, defending against the boss, Sasha Banks. And let's have a look at the promo.
My entire life, I've been judged. When I got here, no one expected me to succeed.
I came to win and take what I deserve. When I said I was going to become Raw Women's Champion, what did I do? The new Raw Women's Champion. On my first attempt, I won. Alexa Bliss. As I take my rightful place,
the future of the Raw Women's Division,
the only goddess of WWE. See, when you're smarter than everybody else,
very confident, very cocky,
and you're more dominant than everybody else,
she is incredibly proficient.
Winning just becomes easy. Little Miss Bliss, it seems that you have it all twisted.
Oh! And now Alexa Bliss under attack.
And it looks to to me that you have a ring full of women who are ready to throw it down any place and any time.
Well, looks like Little Miss Bliss is all out of friends. Kurt Angle made this gauntlet match tonight, and the winner will face Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. Nia Jax beat Bayley. Mickie James, the $1 million smile on a wrecking ball. Dana Brooke and Emma, absolutely unstoppable. It's boss time.
Nia's in a dominant position, but she can just leave a slight door open.
Banks looking for the bank statement. Nia's locked in. Nia's exhausted. Nia's fading. Nia's fading. Sasha Banks just reloaded.
Being a champion means proving that you are the best.
The major message being sent
day in and day out.
Winning requires strength.
Sasha Banks better be careful.
As well as intelligence.
We're talking about a goddess, the only woman to hold the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship.
This is my division,
Little Miss Bliss may have better match.
There's only one boss in the WWE, and that's me.
So here we go, Len. Promo down. What did you think of it?
Well, I think Banks certainly earned her opportunity. Well, I don't know. I'm not too sure because Nia Jax was dominant throughout that whole gauntlet match. She eliminated everyone, and then she come up last against Sasha Banks, who beat her.
Yes, but I think Banks was booked the best she has been since on Raw since she's come up from the NXT roster because Nia Jax looked like a monster. She looked like she could beat everybody. We've seen Sasha Banks losing to Nia Jax, and they overcame that, and the crowd was really into it, and it was the main event of Raw, and Banks more than held her own. I've said this, you and I have said this for years. Sasha Banks is a main event talent, not just in the women's division, but overall as well. One of the best characters. The boss character is fantastic, and it's not been used to its full potential Monday Night Raw, has it?
No, not at all. She's been teaming with Bayley of recent as well. Bayley got knocked out in that by Jax, and it was Banks 2-on-1 against Jax and Bliss.
Yeah.
And then, led up to this.
But what do you think of the treatment of, when we talk about Banks' treatment, I mean, what about Bayley, Dan? What have they done with her recently?
Well, since she got spanked with the kendo stick and beaten
5 minutes
very easily, it was kind of like Brock Lesnar going against anyone.
She's the anti-Brock.
Yeah, but, it has been kind of poor. I think she's too facey to be a legitimate threat.
WWE treatment of her, most definitely. I think in NXT, even though she was more facey than ever, I think it really worked for her. I think here, they don't know how to use her correctly. They talk about, kissing Corey Graves. Maybe that's her first kiss ever, maybe going that way.
Virgin. Oh.
Well, Dan. Bayley also saying that, think of maybe going heel. I don't think a heel turn would work for Bayley.
No.
I think she needs to do what she was doing in NXT. I think they need to get back on track. But we're not talking about Bayley now. We're talking about Bliss and Banks. And this is going to be, this could potentially be a huge match, Dan, seeing as the scores are 4-3 to you.
Who have you gone for in this match?
Prediction-wise here, well, I love Sasha Banks, don't get me wrong. But I think it's too early in the feud for Banks to beat Bliss. I think Bliss still needs some time. But I think the feud will continue. So I've gone, Dan, Bliss retains.
You can fuck off. I'll see that. Well, in the theory of betting, because that is classed as a double spread, you should only get half a point for that.
No, because you didn't get half a point for Jinder Mahal last month. There's this reason retains came back.
I didn't win, though.
You did. Jinder Mahal won the match, so you got the point for that still. So if we're arguing semantics over it, the whole point of me stopping retains is because you were bitching and moaning, yet you used it last month. So, Dan, this is all your fault. And by your moaning, who have you gone for? I guess you got Sasha Banks then.
I've gone for Bliss.
What's the fucking problem then? So if Bliss wins...
I've not gone for Bliss to retain... Which yours is a double spread because you're covering Banks to win, but to win by default or disqualification.
Which is exactly the same as you done last month for Jinder Mahal, yeah?
Well, no, because I had it in brackets. It was a loosed out shot. It was a loosed out shot at you, to be fair.
And now it's come back to bite you, hasn't it? Because
well, okay, after we've had one each, we can address it after this.
Yeah, all right. Because the thing is Banks and Bliss feud will continue. And I don't think...
But you've gone, in the world of betting...
Yeah, I know, we're not talking about the world of betting, but it's what you
correct me if I'm wrong, but in the world of betting, you've gone for a double spread. Have you not? Because you've gone for you've gone for win or draw in Bliss's favour.
No, because the thing is as well, is that you could do that. Okay, if you want to do that, then if Bliss was win by pin, made a point for me. Because in my mind, I've gone for a disqualification or count out.
So in future references then, if you...
So I should have really gone Banks, but the thing is about it, yeah, exactly, but with Banks you're going three ways as well, aren't you? Because if Banks would have... If Bliss had got disqualified, Banks would win it that way. If Banks would have got a pinfall, do you know what I mean? So there's 3 ways she could win.
Yeah, and there's more ways that Bliss could win, like count out,
okay, but Banks could do exactly the same.
Pinfall, submission, running away, you know, dislocating her shoulder.
If Banks gets injured, or gets counted out, or disqualified, and Bliss was to win, then that would count for you.
But if it's a double count out, Bliss would win.
Yeah, well, this is
if
why
it's a disqualification in either way, Bliss would win.
That's what I'm talking about. The whole point of the retains thing is that was something that you used last month that I've used this month because this was one of the matches I'm not sure about. I mean, we could discuss it if you want to do just a retains card where you can use it once in a pay-per-view or not at all. But the rules have got to be down. They've got to be fair, haven't they? And there's got to be one rule for one, and they've got to be all, you know.
Well, if you bring up my predictions, it was in brackets and it was a loose shout out to you.
But you still got the point for that. I didn't say, oh, because you put that, you only get half a point.
Well, you could have done. I didn't stop you.
I didn't have a problem with it because I went Jinder Mahal anyway because I kind of guessed what would happen at ringside. This is what all predictions about. And oh my God, what the hell has happened? It looks like Bliss in the early going. A double.
Oh, she was faking it because she's double jointed.
Well, excellent point, Dan. We have seen that before on SmackDown. It's not being used a lot, and she also has done it before in NXT. So that's a little bit Bliss can do. And like you say, got hypermobility there. And in the early going, Banks seems to be in complete control of this, Dan.
Yes. And
let's talk wrestling.
And she needs to get it out of her ass if she wants to beat Banks. But if both women get counted out, James wins by default.
Yeah.
Because he's a cock.
Well, Bliss there finally showing something in this match and pulling Banks off the apron after Banks in the first 5 minutes it's been all her out wrestling Bliss, and Bliss has been on the run, and for a new champion, you know, Banks is a huge threat. So keys to victory. Dan, what does Bliss have to do if she wants to walk out with the women's title?
She has to keep up her wily ways and use her any means necessary to beat Banks because, you know, we all know Banks is a legitimate threat and on her day could beat Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, but what would Sasha Banks have to do then if she wanted to beat Bliss in this one?
She just has to be the boss and keep eyes in the back of her head for Bliss's wily ways.
Yeah,
really.
We've seen it already as well, like you say, with that dislocation of the elbow. Bliss, she's improving every week as well, isn't she?
She is indeed, yeah.
Is she still your favourite?
Oh, Bliss?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, we've been impressed with her. She was very green.
Oh, yeah, yeah. For females, yeah, she is my favourite.
Yeah. No, because we've seen, the good thing about us watching NXT as well is that we see Bliss from the early going when she first debuted in there, what she did, and then coming up to the main roster. We're not given a lot of chance last year, but it's kind of grown into one of the must-see acts in the women's division here, especially on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, you know, she's certainly developing her own character, and I think it definitely works for her as well.
Yeah, and you see the viciousness there of pulling Sasha Banks back with that submission, working the lower back where Banks has had problems before. I think one of the things you can say about Sasha, she's a little bit injury prone. Is that actually fair to say, or she just suffers a lot of injuries?
It is fair to say, yeah, but again, you know, she puts it on the line every time she's out there.
Yeah.
You kind of expect that with her.
Yeah, she does wrestle like a guy, and that's not bad. So is Bliss there with a nice back breaker / net breaker. So, Dan, does this feud, we've talked about it a lot, does this feud even matter? Are you emotionally invested into it?
It can matter. Not Juan matter, but it can matter. You know, if they take it down the right path, you know, it could be a very good feud between the two. Potentially even with Sasha Banks ending up winning the women's title, you know, over time. But again, you know, you can never be too sure on how WWE plays things out.
Yeah, and the thing is, my hope has been for a few months now as well, is like heel Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the championship. But Bliss has kind of thrown herself into that picture now, and she's like, we're talking about indispensable member. And I think Banks' victory, I think this is good because it's a new feud. We haven't really seen this, have we? You know, we haven't seen Bliss versus Banks.
No.
So it does bring a new look into it as Banks there. Oh my God!
Suplexes Bliss into that bottom turnbuckle.
Wow.
Trying to change the tide of things, but both women are down, a bit spent.
But Banks got a little bit of separation now after the Bliss onslaught the last 5 minutes.
But can she capitalise on it? It looks like Bliss is going to be getting up first.
But we know how dangerous the Banks statement is for Sasha.
Irish whip reversal by Bliss, sending Banks into the corner, but she runs into Banks' feet. It's taken down. And now Banks is on the front foot.
Yeah, look at Sasha catching Bliss's right leg. Oh my God. She's
throws her leg down, and there's sort of a GTS.
A knee. Now she's got Bliss up. Oh.
Duplex there from Banks.
Now what can Sasha do? Oh.
Bounces off the rope and delivers a running knee.
Oh my God, we might have a new women's champion. Oh. Kick out.
Bliss saving herself in the match.
Come on, Bliss. What is it, like a Canadian destroyer or sunset flip off the second rope onto Banks, but couldn't keep her down, kick out.
And then she throws a bitch fit in the corner because she couldn't keep her down.
Christian.
It was Ala Christian.
Oh, and now Alexa to the top. She's going to look for the sparkle splash. Excellent. Oh!
Banks with the knees up, straight into the Banks statement. Could this be over?
Oh my God. Well,
double jointed elbow to poke her in the eye.
Exactly. She's stuck in the middle of the ring. Banks statement on. I think Pioneer Bliss is going to tap.
No, she's trying to crawl to that bottom rope. I'll be happy if it finishes like this because neither of us will get the point.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at Banks. Just pushing away that rope. Oh, no. Fair play to Alexa Bliss there, showing her toughness to get to that bottom rope and breaking the submission. Now she rolls out of the way, just separation. Oh, and Banks just trying to separate Bliss's arm off her head then, or shoulder. But
Vicious there by Bliss.
Hanging Banks up on the bottom rope. Now Bliss has got Banks on the outside. What's she going to do with her? Oh!
Throws her into that barricade. Well, Banks reversed it into the throwing Bliss into the barricade, shall I say?
I think went head first.
And then wafer thin mats there, not really protecting her much from the concrete ground underneath.
Well, I think if Sasha Banks can get Bliss in the ring, we might have a new women's champion. And here we go. Referee breaks the referee's count. Oh no, Bliss managing to kick Banks away. And referee's counting. Banks going to grab Bliss outside. Bliss meets her with a slap.
Oh, not like this, Bliss.
Bliss
not like this, Bliss.
Yeah! She don't look like she wants any of it, Dan. And
not like this.
And there it is. Well, all your bitching and moaning and karma.
And it is for a good fucking reason.
Well, Bliss retains.
James gets half a point.
No, I get the full point. Thank you very much. We got to that. We got to that.
Half a point.
4 each now, Dan.
No, 3.5 to 4.
Hell. Well, Bliss, I tell you, I didn't think that was going to happen. That's why I called it for. That's prediction leagues mean so much. It's all right. You get your bonus leagues down the line with your tournaments and stuff. But when it comes to calling what happens on the WWE pay-per-view, Bliss walks out and Banks now is going to go chasing after her.
See, look, Banks knows.
Well,
so, James is a cunt.
You know, Banks goes running after Bliss and throws her in the side of the stage. But Bliss, to her credit, not giving up. And now both of these women fighting to the announce table. You better get out of the way, Booker.
Booker, they're coming for you, man.
And now what's Bliss going to do? Oh, my God. Precarious position. Bliss saying, yeah, this is hers. Uh-oh. Oh! To off the announce table. Oh!
Takes her down with the knees.
Fucking hell. I think that was bad for Sasha Banks. All that way down. I mean, about 20 feet up there, straight on concrete.
It's got to be at least 30 feet up.
My God. And Sasha Banks sending a message to Alexa Bliss. This is not over. My word.
What do you think of the match, James?
I don't think it was a bad match. I mean, they got a bit of time, didn't they? I think it was over 10 minutes. And I think the action was back and forth. The finish was weak, even though I was happy to see it. But I thought they had quite good chemistry. Dan, I don't know what you thought.
Well, even though Sasha Banks won.
Yeah.
And you still get a point for it.
What do you think of the match, Glumchum?
I thought it was shit. The ending was stupid. If Bliss was going to win, she should have won. Banks is a cunt. Bliss is a cunt. No, the match weren't too bad. It was a good bit of back and forth between the two, as you mentioned. And, you know, the ending, you could tell Banks was pissed off about the way that match finished.
Yeah.
And rightly so.
Yeah, I know. Like you are annoyed, but hopefully you can cheer up as you go along. There's still a lot to play for, Dan. But that does mean I go level with you now at 4 points apiece. And we've still got a couple of huge matches. You've got Universal title on the line, Joe Lesnar, and, of course, the ambulance match as well. And I think the real hit of this pay-per-view, the Intercontinental title match of The Miz versus Ambrose for the 16,000th time here tonight, Dan. Don't worry, Dan, it's always Battleground in a couple of weeks.
All the champions retain because you get more of a fucking chance if you do that.
Who's retains again?
Banned.
Eh?
It's banned.
So retains is banned now, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, I agree with that.
Because it covers too much.
Oh, okay. So you shouldn't have used it last month, right? You've learnt your lesson now.
Well, you've used it for years. I use it once, and I've fucking got a lesson to learn.
No, I used it.
Works.
I used it in 2015.
You used it every fucking opportunity.
No, I didn't. I used it in 2015, and you bitched and moaned about it. And then after all that, the dust had settled, and yet
you've used it 50 million times. I use it once, and yet it's my fault for using it.
I haven't used it in 2 years on the podcast. How the hell can I be using it every week? I haven't. Go back and listen to it
50 million times.
Look, everybody at home, go back and listen to all the old podcasts, and you realise that Dan is wrong and James is right. Much like it is on the pay-per-view predictions.
So would you say that I've used the retains as many times as you?
No, I probably used it.
So you used it 4 times to my 1?
No, you're 3. You
used it
3. You used it a couple of times back when. Yeah, back when I was doing it.
No.
That's how you beat Jared a couple of times.
Jared's don't count.
You know, Jared does count. I mean, he beat you, don't forget, as well. I mean, you know.
Oh, what, when he beat me at Royal Rumble after the pay-per-view had happened?
Look, we're not talking about Jared, Dan. We're just going to...
You brought him up.
Look, I don't know why you're talking about. You're not in a good mood. Yeah, I don't know what's happened.
Jared up.
You were in a great mood starting off pay-per-view. Looked so good for you, you know, especially when Bray beat Rollins and you were in my face about it. And this is what happens, you know. So anyway, we're seeing highlights of the earlier kickoff match between Cesaro and Neville, which had another weak finish. The finish has not been great tonight, let's be fair. Apart from, I would say, the tag team match. Let's hope it can improve. So we see Cesaro backstage still holding his midsection. We're saying it's earlier tonight. And he says to Titus that, you saw what happened, it was a low blow. You're my manager, make it right. I want a rematch. Do you think that's fair, Dan?
Most definitely, yeah. It's not the first time we've seen Neville using wily tactics to retain or win his title.
Yeah.
Title.
He has been dominant, as we saw, Austin Aries through that feud, taking the easy way out, disqualification. But speaking of championships, the Intercontinental title is going to be on the line next as The Miz coming out. He gets more people every week, doesn't he? Another one of your favourites, Dan. I'm sure this is going to cheer you up. Here comes The Miz with Maurice and Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, the Miztourage. I know this is a question I think I know the answer to. Dan, what do you think of the Miztourage?
I think they're cunts. They're completely wasted. You had one bloke who remodelled himself after his dad and his granddad. And you had one man who's a former NXT champion. His brother's doing great things. His dad done great things. And he's just following some fucking bellend around.
Yes, but... I mean, I can't argue there. I think Curtis Axel's got great upside as well. I'm a huge fan of him. But Bo Dallas, I mean, week after week, he's starting to look more whitey. If it was me, if I was booking it, and if Bray is getting treated the way he was and he's not going to be a main eventer, why not put Bo Dallas with Bray Wyatt, change Bo's name, have a tag team with
change
brothers?
it to Sister Abigail. So, yeah, she had a sex change.
No, not Sister Abigail, but one of his many, one of his family members. How did he get Luke Harper and Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman to begin with? They were outsiders, outcasts. He brought them into the family, and christened them that was to see that on screen and then move it on because they've got the chemistry anyway. I think it can only be a good thing, I mean, Curtis Axel's trying to look like Michael Bisping. And we don't know that, the UFC middleweight champion. And at the moment, I don't think it's going to cut it. But then again, it's another excuse for Miz to be Intercontinental Champion, and that's why I've gone the Miz retains. No, I haven't. But I mean, speaking about the feud going into this one, I see Dean Ambrose come out. I'm not happy. We spoke about this in length last month, didn't we? The continuing feud between Miz and Ambrose. I mean, we even saw them at Raw Live, didn't we? Going for the Intercontinental title. And yet it seems month after... Well, they just seem connected, and it's not a good thing.
I'd like to see him going against other people, but again, since the brand split, since he's moved over with The Miz, who can he legitimately beat? I mean, there's a lot of monsters on Raw that he wouldn't be allowed to beat. Reigns, Bray Wyatt, he wouldn't be, I don't think he'd be allowed to beat him, seeing as though Seth wasn't allowed to beat him earlier.
Oh, yeah.
The only upside to this is if there would form a Shield 2.0, but, I think that's been shot down before it's even got any momentum.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Ambrose. I mean, do you class Dean Ambrose, I know you're a fan, do you class him as a main eventer, or is he a mid-card?
He's a mid-carder that should be a main eventer.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think Ambrose... I think the WWE's treatment of him's not the best, but I think...
But again, they're protecting their heel champions. This is exactly the same thing that they're doing with Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton.
Yeah, exactly.
Giving him chance after chance after chance. And don't get me wrong, I'm one of Randy Orton's biggest fans, but they've got two twats beside him, distracting him, and, the referee never sees it.
And I agree with that. I tell AJ... Oh, shit. Yeah, AJ Styles is the only face champion in the entire WWE. Usos heels, aren't they? Sheamus Cesaro heels. Lesnar heel.
Naomi.
Naomi and Styles are the two only face champions. Even in NXT, Authors of Pain, Rude, and Oscar. You could argue, couldn't you? But
she's a feel.
Again, but a dominant champion who, you know what I mean, and to try and find challenge like Brock Lesnar to find someone who can actually go with it, and to have that level of protection, because now you've got Maurice, you've got Axel, and you've got Bo, all at ringside to cause distraction, and I think WWE could do something more original with it, you know what I mean, rather than the constant interference. But anyway, Dan, prediction-wise, who have you gone for in this one? Why have you gone Miz?
Numbers advantage. It's pure and simple, not because he's a better wrestler, not because he deserves it more, but just because of the numbers.
Would you want to see an end of this feud here tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, be it Miz winning, but then again, if Miz wins and he does get help from his Miz-tourage, or Damien Mizdow, or any other fucking twatty partner that he's been put with... he doesn't deserve it, and it is getting frustrating and annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I think The Miz is a great character that he had on SmackDown last year when he had the problem with Bryan as Intercontinental Champion worked, and I think they're trying to recreate that now, and I just don't think it's working. But I think The Miz is a good hand, but I mean, this feud is, like we say, it's samey, and no matter what these two do in the ring, I don't think there's been anything we haven't seen before,
Yeah.
Unless maybe a weapons match or something like this with tables involved. But then again, we know Ambrose. We've seen that in the past with him as well,
But then there would be no disqualification, and then them two twats at his ringside could still get involved.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to think, though, like I say, it's a 3-on-1 advantage maybe down the line. I mean, but I wouldn't want to see the Shield come back with against Mizdow. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, my God, no. Like, then again, is there any 3-man team? New Day, maybe, but then again, I don't think that feud would work. But yeah, prediction-wise, I've gone The Miz as well. I think it's obvious, I don't think Ambrose is going to be the Intercontinental Champion tonight. Maybe sometime soon, I don't know. He deserves more. But I think the lunatic fringe aspect of him, I don't know, it's gone a little bit. Miz to the top now, and he's been all over Dean Ambrose in the early going of this match.
Dean Ambrose tried locking Dirty Deeds early on. Miz gets out of it. Lovely swinging neck breaker from Ambrose, though.
But I think that's Ambrose's best chance of walking out here as champion here tonight. Just a victory out of nowhere, like a Dirty Deeds or a quick roll-up so no one can actually interfere before it's too late.
Yeah, but what would happen if he does hit the Dirty Deeds? Maurice would get up on the fucking ring apron. The referee would go over to her because he's obviously not concerned about what goes on in the ring. Them two bellends on ringside... involved, costing the match. So.
Yeah, this is something we've got to talk about as well. Has pay-per-views become too predictable? I mean, at the moment, apart from the last match, Dan, you were on for a perfect score as well, so that's gone away those chances. But that's what I'm saying. The way the storylines are, but have they become too obvious? As Ambrose hits the suplex off the top rope, he's going to get down. Ooh.
Well, the only thing is that if a heel has got loads of people in his corner, no matter what happens in the match, they always overcome because of distraction, because of someone getting involved, because of this, because of that, and the referee never sees it and never throws them out.
Yeah. Do you think it's time that we had a second referee or video referee, Dan?
I just think they should have proper matches between two wrestlers.
You're crazy, man.
Back in the day, if You know, two wrestlers had a problem. They sort it out between each other, and they've come to an amicable resolution of it. You know, The Rock and Austin weren't too bothered about if they had an undefeated streak, this, that, and the other. And I think they're too concentrating on the numbers now. You know, they're not. They're too protecting of their bigger stars.
Well, this is why we're hoping to see. Oh my God!
Or they protect the wrong big stars.
Yeah, no, I think that's true.
And they don't protect the right one. Well, I think he should have been protected for a while, but you know, it did start off like that, and then just dwindled out.
Yeah, and someone like Roman Reigns has got a great win-loss record on Raw. Does he really need it? You know, because of the stature he's in, and other people we've seen in the past from previous Royal Rumbles, you know, like Triple H, his treatment when he comes back and he's suddenly all dominant. Does he really need so many victories and so many eliminations of younger wrestlers, you know? And WrestleMania season comes around and it's the same guys every year in that position, and people like Dean Ambrose will be on the kickoff show, you know? But anyway, back to the match, and Ambrose a little bit of trouble here, Dan.
Yeah, well, he got hung up in a tree of woe. Miz went for his legs, and it looks like his face has been busted open. The Miz going for the figure 4 leg lock.
Oh, my God. Middle of the ring now. Like you say, that might be internal bleeding there for Ambrose.
Most definitely. He did get hit hard in the leg.
He did. So, you know how that happens. I'm not a doctor, of course, but that's what I've got down here.
Well, I'm no medical professional, but if it bleeds.
Yeah, it's fact. Anyway, and Ambrose, can he get to the rope? He's struggling. Like we are watching this match. Come on, Ambrose.
And Ambrose breaks it up.
But that leg could be seriously damaged. And as I say that...
Okay, that's a bit stupid.
Yeah, Ambrose trying to get up and then falls down. I mean, that leg is in serious trouble. Can the Miz put him away?
But even in this type of match, it should be all Dean Ambrose and then one of the outside help costing him the victory.
Yeah.
Hence why he's got him there. It shouldn't be all the Miz. Dean Ambrose gets a little bit of come-up-and he gets help to win it anyway.
Yeah. Because otherwise, it's showing how weak Dean Ambrose actually is as well. Like, even on a one-on-one, get best of the Miz, and the Miz doing his best. Daniel Bryan now with the kicks right to the chest of Ambrose. He's got a big knockout one now.
Oh, Ambrose ducks it, slaps him around the face, calls him towards him. The Miz, goes for Ambrose. Ambrose sidesteps. The Miz hits the middle turnbuckle.
Yeah, he got hung up on the top rope there.
Ambrose up top with a big elbow, goes for the cover. But the Miz managing to kick out.
Just at the last second there as well. And Ambrose holding the left leg. He's in serious trouble.
But don't you think this makes the Miz look weaker and weaker every time he wins? He wins with the help of either Maurice or some other twat in his corner.
Alex Riley would be another guy who had Miz's back for 2 years and that didn't work out.
Sandow.
Exactly, Miz now, Maurice now for a couple of years.
When he with John Morrison, Ruth.
Yes, yeah, everybody, you know, exactly, a big show.
Look, again, Maurice up on the apron, obviously not seeing what the fucking Miz-tourage were doing. Dean Ambrose managed to fight him off.
Yeah, he is. I know, but still, the numbers go, referee not doing his job. Ambrose up. Oh!
Takes out all three, Miz, Axel, and Bo Dallas.
Went down like Skittles there. Now Maurice checking the seat.
Well, then you get on the apron and distract the referee, you twat.
Ambrose. Can he throw Miz in, get the pin before the Miz-tourage recovers? Goodness gracious. Ambrose up now, another elbow.
Oh, Miz catches him, going for the skull-crushing finale, but Miz reverses it. Someone's going to lift his leg onto the right.
Ambrose turns it into the dirty deeds and too close to the rope. Oh.
And Maurice was there to lift Miz's foot onto the bottom rope.
But to be fair, we talk about Miz looking weak. He's never been a serious threat, has he? Even if he retained the title against Cena at WrestleMania, but that was thanks to The Rock as well. So he's not really... he struggled beating the King in the ladder match, didn't he?
Miz... Ambrose going for the suicide dive, taking the Miz out, but his leg, I think it's taking his toll on it.
It is, and probably not the best strategy there, but Ambrose doesn't get the victory at any means. Axel's up now.
Cause of distraction.
Curtis in the ring.
Into the ring. Oh, look.
Oh, Bo, back of the head to Ambrose. Miz.
Skull crushing.
Can he get the pin? One, two.
Isn't that just complete shit, though? Really? Really?
It is awful. I'm not going to lie to you. It is terrible. Yes. So, Dan, exactly what you said. Look, distraction by two people there. Three people's interference in the match. and The Miz wins. So 4-on-1 advantage there. Miz walks out Intercontinental Champion. Dan, what did you think of the match?
Complete shit. It was exactly how every other of Miz's matches has gone down. Just makes him look like a twat. It makes the former NXT champion look like a twat. Former Intercontinental look like a twat. And that fucking blonde bit of fanny on his arm look like a complete cunt and all. They all look like twats. And it's making Dean Ambrose look like a twat in the process.
So out of there's like 5 twats.
And the referee's a twat for not seeing anything as well.
6 twatometer there. Highest rating a twat Dan has ever given in the WNR podcast history. I thought you were annoyed at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, but my God, Dan, you've taken it to a new level now. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a bad match. I mean, but we have seen him wrestle so many times, and like I say, we're not going to deliver anything new. Standard, loads of interference. Well, it does mean for the scores, though, we both get another point, Dan. So we go 5 points apiece heading into the 2 big main event matches. And surely next will be the ambulance match, Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. So let's have a look at the promo.
The monster among men. Oh my God!
I want more competition.
Here comes the big dog with a purpose, trying to take down the monster among men. Oh my! A spear through the barricade!
Is that all you got? There are few things in this world that I like more than hurting Roman Reigns. Roman! Get out here and fight me right now!
The big dog is here! The disdain these two men feel for one another is on a different level. Whoa! Strowman, right to the injured arm, and another Superman punch to Strowman, and another Superman punch to Strowman's down! That arm into the post! Roman Reigns in a zone we've never seen him in before. I don't think we've ever seen Strowman hurt like this. And Strowman is retreating as the big dog stands tall.
When it comes down to it, I cannot be beaten one-on-one. Ask Braun Strowman, I put him out of commission.
Braun Strowman may be out of action for up to 6 months.
So this is the plan. At SummerSlam, I'm the #1 contender for the Universal Championship. Because this is my yard.
Oh my God! It's Braun Strowman! And Samoa Joe from behind. Roman Reigns was in shock. Joe with the clutch locked in. Roman Reigns may be out and he's out.
Roman, you seem to have forgotten. I'm not finished with you! I'll see you at Great Balls of Fire in an ambulance match!
Oh my God! Strowman just heaved Reigns off the side of the ambulance!
With Great Balls of Fire, I'm going to end Roman Reigns.
And here comes the big dog!
At Great Balls of Fire, I'm going to take you straight to hell because this is my yard.
Spear! Whoa! Reigns has speared Strowman off the stage! Strowman's on his feet. How does Reigns get that huge man in the back of an ambulance?
So, Dan, what do you think of the promo?
Yeah, you know, it's another one of them feuds that's been going on for a little bit of time now. Both big men trying to come over as a dominant monster on Raw. Not quite sure, you know, how they're going to go with this one, you know, what they're going to do after these two guys have gone together, but, you know, it'd be interesting to see.
Well, we were meant to have the ambulance match last month, weren't we, released to, because they feuded, of course, had that match at Payback. Strowman was out. They said 6 months. He was back within 6 weeks. Came back in the ambulance, and that's why, you know, attacking Roman Reigns. Interesting, though, the promo, Reigns saying he can't be beaten one-on-one, and we've spoken about the amount of people that can't actually win a match one-on-one tonight.
Yeah.
You know, Reigns saying that, and he's backing up at the moment, so he's going one-on-one with Braun Strowman here. I think this should be an enjoyable match. I mean, Strowman, the monster. What are your thoughts on him, you know, the past year or so?
I think he's certainly done better since leaving the Wyatt, you know, coming out on his own monster, but he's not really had many challenges. You know, he's obliterated Kalisto, which isn't hard. He's obliterated easy tag teams, which isn't hard. I think, you know, his only test so far has been Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I mean, he failed at the Rumble, didn't he? Lost to Reigns, lost to Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania. Since then, he's been a little bit more dominant, you know, matches
Who
against
won
the Big
that
Show.
Memorial Battle Royal?
Well, let's listen to Roman Reigns' entrance, Dan, and let's not talk about that. You better believe that, Dan. Reigns is coming out.
Well, since 2000, the man has not got a cheer.
Well, when boos are all together, I think it's called a chorus of boos, and I think that's what we're hearing for Roman Reigns. Ooh.
But I'd like to go around and individually ask all the booers why they boo for Roman Reigns.
It'll be interesting today. Do you think they just do it because, yeah, you know what I mean? If someone,
majority of them do it because everyone else does, and the smarks do it because they know everything better than everyone else.
Yeah, we got to boo the big baby faces. Did you boo or cheer Roman Reigns when you saw him?
I think I cheered him.
Did you cheer him?
I haven't got any problem with Roman Reigns, though. I ain't going to boo him just for the sake of other people booing him.
Yeah.
You know, you can't boo a character for the way the writers have to put him across, and, you know, in my opinion, I don't think he's done much wrong.
No, I don't think he has either. He's proven to be quite a good wrestler. He's had really good matches. The character works as well. You know, Reigns, now it's his yard. I just think it's, I don't know, like you say, I think it's the smart fans who think it's funny to boo who Vince McMahon deems as the next big star in WWE, much like they did John Cena, you know?
Yeah, but, you know, now he gets quite a positive reaction.
Yeah, I mean, Reigns will get the respect from the hardcore fans eventually. It's just going to take a long time, you know. It might be 10 years until he's coming out to his again. Or it could go the Batista way, you know. I mean, when he came back and he was met with boos as well, it was because they just didn't respect him. Sometimes you can't win the respect of the crowd, so it'll be difficult to see what they do with Reigns.
Well, James, this is the 5th ambulance match, so what are your predictions?
Well, and I will tell you, I have gone for Roman Strowman. I've gone for Braun Strowman here in this match. Dan, who have you gone for in this, what is to be an epic ambulance match?
I have gone for Strawn Broman.
Strawn Broman, alright. I think with the feud, Reigns has been on top of the majority of it. Yes, the stunts have gone Strowman's way, but I think Braun needs the victory tonight. I think he will put Reigns away, because it's not going to be a pinfall, is it? This is a gimmick match where Reigns could lose, still not be pinned, and still say.
I reckon Strowman's going to obliterate Roman.
You reckon it's going to be like it was at the last?
Well, you know, it took him less than a minute to get him down and into the back of an ambulance in like the build up to this. So yeah, that's the way it's going to go tonight. Roman's not really going to have a leg to stand on.
Yeah, well, you went Reigns last time these two men fought, and then when Reigns came all bandaged up in this match, Dan, it's going to be like you say, two big men. What does Strowman have to do if he wants to win?
Use his size advantage, really. You know, it's I don't really think Strowman has got too much going for him apart from his size.
Well, I think he needs to start quickly. You know, maybe hit a few clotheslines in the corner to Reigns, trying to beat him down straight away. And beat him up the majority of the match as well. Strowman just needs to be on it. Can't let Reigns recover at all, can he? You know, because we know how tough and how much of a beating Roman Reigns can take.
He has got a big heart.
He's got a huge heart, Dan. You know, he was the heart of the Shield when you think about it. If Ambrose was the brains and Rollins was the architect, and Strowman pushing Reigns to the outside.
But again, you know, if Roman wants to win this, I think he's going to have to use some weapons because they are legal in this match.
Anything. Is everything legal in this match, Dan?
I'd presume so.
So anything goes, and Reigns already feeling his chest. Strowman might have caved the chest in already, Dan.
Could have broken ribs. And when a rib breaks, it could, puncture your lung.
Exactly.
And you could have internal bleeding.
And internal bleeding is the worst thing, or hyperextension of the ribs as well. Uh-oh.
Oh, but Strowman there regaining his composure and ramming Reigns into the ring post.
And he's got him by the vest.
Throws him into the steel stairs.
I will say something for Braun Reigns is the fact of they do take a lot of punishment. Like I say, at the end of the last match they had, Braun absolutely assaulting Reigns with the stairs. And Reigns actually, even though he's a star, saying, no, just beat the shit out of me, it's just alright. Oh, and Strowman picking up those stairs. They must weigh 400 pounds.
But he's throwing them about as if they weigh nothing.
Exactly, and it hits Reigns twice in the head. Will he make it thrice? No.
Well, he's dragging him around with him. It looks like he's going to go for a third shot.
Here we go.
Reigns against the ring post, but he ducks and that should have hurt Strowman. But Reigns goes against the opposite ring post, or the next ring post along. Strowman comes charging towards him. Reigns ducks out the way, and Strowman hits the ring post.
Yeah, and then Strowman back on the apron, trying to come back in, gets caught with a big kick by Reigns.
Or kick to the midsection, and kick to the chin.
Big strikes as well by Reigns, but can't knock the Giant down, not even with the clothesline.
Is he going to take a Superman punch or three?
Big wind up now, ducks Strowman's punch.
Oh, but gets caught by the big man and just plunged like a face-first chokeslam into the mat.
I mean, what Braun does isn't pretty.
He's got a bowling shoe ugly offense.
Yeah.
But it is effective.
Exactly, yeah. And now Strowman.
He's dragging a limp Roman, deposit him into the ambulance early. He's carrying Roman up, doesn't it?
He did have him safely. Tucked him over his right shoulder, and now he's just slowly taking him up to the ambulance.
Reigns with the backslide and goes back towards the ring, as far away from the ambulance as he can be. But a defiant Roman Reigns, saying, look, we're going to fight it in my yard.
Exactly, I'll beat you in my yard and I'll put you in that ambulance. But you got to wonder the extent of the injury to Reigns already. Lower back and chest.
Reigns can barely stand. Strowman's running about as if he's, not had any punishment whatsoever.
But I think Reigns taking it up a level now.
Oh, going for a Samoan drop. Struggling to get Strowman up.
Oh!
Delivers it.
Still a kick out.
But then, that's the thing. It's like John Cena looks like he would have had him Strowman up on his shoulder quite easily. Yeah. Roman struggled.
Oh, and Roman there dodged a bullet with Strowman come running in, hitting the ring post. I think the ring moved a bit there with Braun's impact. I know where Roman's going. Where is Roman going?
He's going for his drive-by. Oh, big kick to the elbow of Strowman, the elbow that kept him out for 6 weeks.
No, it must be this one. And Reigns, exactly that. He's got the target on the arm now, rattling against the ring post.
But how do you take out a monster like Strowman?
No, you're going to have to try and come down, aren't you? Work on the arm, maybe work on the leg. Just dismantle him, work the body and the head will fall off, Eventually. But as Reigns got it in him, what's he looking for underneath the ring?
Chair.
With that arm against the ring post as well.
Oh, he must have broken it.
Well, chair to the arm against the ring post and make that twice. And like I say, Strowman will be struggling with that.
But Roman, he's still struggling to move around.
Well,
move around.
He's using the chair as a walking stick, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Helping him out.
Strowman, to his credit, he's back on his feet again.
And he's got evil in his eyes. Reigns. Oh!
But he lifts his arm up to block the chair shot, and wow, Roman Reigns looks like he's just pissed on a petrol bonfire.
Oh my God, Strowman's saying it doesn't hurt. Well, he is a monster. Hit me, you son of a bitch.
Catches the chair, drags it out of Roman's hands and throws him into the barricade.
Oh my God, he Strowmaned up there, didn't he?
He did. Just throwing Reigns around as if he was a cruiserweight.
There you go, get introduced to the lights and the barricade. Still barricade there, so even tougher than the barricade around the ring, Dan.
Yep, making his way to the ambulance, throwing Reigns up the entrance ramp.
Well, we saw Bliss and Banks over by the announce table earlier. Now Strowman and Reigns up here. This is not going to end well for someone. Maybe both men. Who knows? Yeah, screen don't look good.
No. Let me throw you into it.
Well, Strowman throwing Roman into the stage, and like you said, Dan, it's like you throw me into a 100-inch screen right in front. I would not like that. And now Strowman's going over to the announce table. I guess he's monitoring the situation. Well, goodness gracious, Dan.
He ain't going to be able to powerbomb him from there onto the table, surely.
Don't call me Shirley. Is he going to powerbomb on the table or through the stage?
Well, he's got him up on his shoulders, looking to carry him over there. Roman with the backslide again, catches him with a big uppercut.
And that rocked the big man. And Reigns is using all his power in that right hand, knocking straight.
Oh, a third shot.
And now they like near the ambulance on the other side of the stage.
Oh, and Strowman throwing Roman in to the ambulance like he did last time, and he was able to easily deposit him into the ambulance after that.
My God, right to the side of the ambulance, Dad, just like a javelin.
It was, and the ambulance was the javelin catcher.
My word, and Strowman, surely this is an easy victory now.
He shit like he's got this one in the bag.
And Steve Austin's in the ambulance. Oh no, sorry, that was
Stone Cold, Stone Cold.
Well, that'd be awesome. Well, he's opened up the doors. And there's Reigns gonna get in the ambulance here, get right to the hospital, or will Strowman take it too far and they'll bypass the hospital, Dan, and straight to the funeral home. Braun's got Roman up.
Oh, both men struggling. Strowman trying to push Roman into the ambulance there, but Reigns managing to fight out. So will this be the end of the feud?
I don't know, Dan. I really don't know with these two. Sometime and
Superman punch rocks Strowman into the ambulance. He's only half in though. He won't be able to close the door and win the match like that.
He won't, but I think Reigns, can he power Strowman up? Try and chuck him in though. He tries to open up the second door and Braun pushes him away and then meets him with a big kick to the mooey.
Oh, another Superman punch again, rocking Strowman, but he's not down. Trying to power the big man into it. It's not going to be an easy feat.
No, it looks like it's a tough leg at the moment for Reigns as well.
Strowman looks like he had a foreign object in his hand. Oh, he's got a backboard, and he's going to hit Roman Reigns across the back with the backboard.
Oh my God, right in the back with a backboard, Dan.
Right in the back with a backboard.
Oh my word.
Shame he hasn't got Rey Mysterio strapped to him.
I was about to say that, yeah, it's not the worst time we've ever seen a backboard being used. Yeah.
Throws out a gurney from the back of the ambulance.
Bernie. Bernie. He does making room for Reigns. And there we go. Strowman's going to throw him straight in there. No, he's not.
Throws him up onto the stage and at least 60 foot there across the stage.
He flew, didn't he? And now Strowman's struggling to get to his feet. Reigns backed up against the stage.
Oh! Strowman comes charging. Reigns moves out the way.
Well, he cracked the screen now. Here comes Reigns. Oh no!
Goes for a crossbody but gets caught by Strowman. The LCD backdrop.
Right through.
Fucking hell. That's some devastation right there.
Well, that was a combination. I didn't know who was going to go through. Now the screen's flickering. They've seriously damaged it. We'll see a replay. Fair play to him.
Fair play indeed.
Glass. Dangerous situation.
Do you reckon that's...
Yeah.
Strowman, he rarely looks in trouble, but I think he looks in a bit of trouble now.
But Reigns himself's not been able to get up, so this is the first person to be put in an ambulance, and at the moment, it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon.
Well, it looks like these both are going to need ambulances.
We've still got another match after this as well, even though the stage destroyed.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see Brock and Samoa Joe sat behind there playing cards or something.
Chatting about the finish of the match. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, shit. And now Reigns, look at his face. He's aghast. He can't believe what he's had to do to put the monster Braun Strowman down.
His face is agog.
It is a great word as well. And Strowman, he's still fighting. He's like a Terminator, or like his tattoo suggests. Well, maybe you can't kill Braun Strowman.
Well, Reigns is up to his feet first. Strowman is just crawling.
I wonder if you can put him like in the side of the ambulance. Do you know what I mean? Throw him off stage. Go in the side.
He's trying to drag Strowman there towards the ambulance.
But
trying to finish him off.
This is the problem as well for Reigns. How much power it exerts for him to be able to push him.
Wow, and Strowman there with just a little shove sends Reigns off the stage.
Reigns has been on and off this stage more times than I think anybody. More than a stand-up comedian there. Thrown off again. And he's landing, Dan, just on concrete. God damn.
There's no wafer-thin protective mats there.
There is nothing.
Even cushion the blow.
Oh, it looks like Reigns might have had a bright idea there. Or is he just using it to get himself to his feet? Braun's back down near the ambulance now.
Strowman's back to his feet. Credit to him. Looks like his arm's in a bit of trouble, and he does shed some light on the situation.
He does. The lights go right into the shoulder of Braun Strowman. And now he's up against the ambulance. Here comes Reigns. Oh!
Looks like he was going for a spear.
That's it.
And that's it.
Oh my God, so a Reigns mistake, and Strowman wins, his arm might be broken again, but fucking win came out of nowhere, didn't it?
A sidestep out of nowhere.
What do you think of the match, Dan?
I thought it was a bloody brutal match between the two, and yeah, you know, I was very happy with the way it went, the way it finished. You know, couldn't have put a foot wrong in this match, to be honest.
I think the two guys can't really do
the doors
much.
are opening, though. The ambulance has not taken off.
Oh!
Reigns with a spear out of the ambulance.
We're not finished yet. And you said you couldn't put... I said I couldn't put Braun down. I don't think you could put Roman down at the moment.
Merman.
Mark Lawrence, isn't it? And
Reigns with the door closing it onto Strowman's shoulder multiple times.
You would love to do that to me, wouldn't you?
You wouldn't be high on my list of doing it too. You'd be on my list.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, like. I know I'm on the list, but...
Oh
Reigns, my God.
Throwing the driver out. Is he going to take him to hospital himself? That's a nice
guy. Do you know, maybe they've earned each other respect. Do you know what I mean? Reigns now saying... Yeah, I'll drive you to the hospital. Braun's obviously injured his arm.
He won't be able to drive.
No, exactly. That's if he's thinking of him. And there we go, Reigns. He looks like
me, palms it.
Yeah, he looks before, doesn't he?
He's stopping. Is he going to make sure he's okay?
Yeah, maybe he needs to get like a drink of water or something like this. And he's got a weird look on his face.
Hospital's that way, mate. Not.
Maybe he's checking his GPS.
Oh, yeah. Sat-nav in the nearest hospital.
Yeah. Oh, and we've gone to a back shot of the ambulance now.
Taking him back to the arena.
Well, he's reversing. Where's he going? Oh!
Holy shit, Strowman was in the back of that.
Roman Reigns just tried to kill Braun Strowman. He reversed.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, how fast was he going when he crashed that down?
At least 125 mile an hour.
We all know ambulances go faster reversing than they do going forward as well. And hitting that lorry, the full impact there.
Well, Reigns must have had a bit of whiplash there, reversing back, and people are trying to check on Strowman. But yeah, he's just gone back first straight into that truck. Angles there.
He's going to angle slam him. Well done, Kurt.
Just get a big cheer.
Yeah, but Kurt managed to show his disbelief.
Trying to get the side door open, but I think the impact
of
the ambulance has closed the door.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but you want anyone to go there first. Jamie Noble's the first person you want trying to open that ambulance door. Oh, wait, he's got a crowbar.
Jamie Nobles.
He's trying to pry that door open.
I wouldn't do it that way, because if it goes, he'd have the fucking claw.
Why can't Kurt just put it in the ambulance in an ankle lock, make it tap out?
Why don't they drive it forward?
And now people on the phone can't believe.
Apart from the bloke who's videoing it, he obviously don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, Dan, is this the end of the feud? I think after what we saw with a quality match between these two, both big men hitting big moves, and the finish, apart from if Braun Strowman's dead, I think this is going to continue. Then again, sorry, I should put my serious voice on, shouldn't I?
Braun Strowman may be dead.
And here comes my new favourite wrestler, Kurt Hawkins. And as we see the commotion, the referees chasing to it. And we're seeing split screen, Dan. Yeah!
And Heath Slater's coming out. Looks like his opponent.
Well, split screen's one of our favourite things here on the podcast. So you can see things not as well.
Thank God we've got a 200-inch television.
It looks like Heath Slater's coming out here to have his match with Jamie Noble, who's getting prepared in the back. So Hawkins getting himself ready. Later there. Do you know, they were both in the cafeteria. Management went up to him, Dan, and said, Hawkins, come and go out there. You got a match. And he said, what? And that's why he's walking out there. He was just literally just sitting there watching the pay-per-view in the back. So Slater. And now they're going to have this match now. And Dan, this is a match we've been waiting for a long time. Kurt Hawkins.
This is the actual main event.
For me, it is the main event. Kurt Hawkins versus Heath Slater.
Two ginger tossers.
And we all know we hate gingers here. Dan, who are you going to go for?
Well, we're calling this one on the fly. I'm going to go for Heath Slater.
Yes, and because I am a sneaky fucker, I'm going to go with you, Heath Slater, just in case we go either a different way. Even though I do like Kurt Hawkins. You got to go Heath Slater, haven't you?
You should go for Kurt Hawkins. He's got an impressive record in the wing.
In the wing?
In the wing. Record in the ring?
Yeah, record in the wing. Yeah, losing effort. We saw him losing to Ty Dillinger. But at least he's in WWE. The dream has come true, hasn't it? As Slater has got the deep arm lock in now, working on the left arm, much like Reigns did Roman. We should say, really, after we talk about the match, after that as well, the match, we do get a point apiece, so we go 6-all, leading into our main event. And a very good match, but now we're dealing with the aftermath. Is Strowman seriously injured? Well, Reigns, he could be damaged going forward. He's just half off, and we have to deal with a Hawkins versus Slater match. It's all things we didn't know when we started off, don't we, Dan? You know?
Most definitely, yeah. And people are looking towards the back. Something's going on. Fire engine.
I think it's more ambulances.
They're more interested in what's going on in the back than up here.
Oh, here we go.
Angle directing traffic.
So whilst the match happens, we're going to concentrate more on the right-hand side of the screen with Angle bringing in
the green.
I know you're right. It's fire department along with an ambulance as well.
US Air Force.
Oh my
Crash
word!
rescue. They brought the big dogs in.
Big dog. I tell you something though, very good recovery time because this only happened 5 minutes ago. They must be nearby in the area, you know.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, Dallas, Texas, always, you know, go big here and a great service. And I've just heard the bell ring as well. He's like one. Hey!
And they've got the jaws of life, James.
Well, this is a serious situation, and here we go. They're going to try and break free. And it's good we're not wasting the time of people who actually needed service-wise. There's a fire downtown at the moment in Dallas they can't come to because they're doing this. People died. I've never seen anything like this in a WWE pay-per-view. Yeah.
Jamie Noble thought he could get in there with a fucking crowbar. They're using the jaws of life and a mattock or something.
An Angle, just like me. Can't believe what's going on here. And
well, he's actually tried to kill.
Yeah, this is what we've seen. And,
attempted murder.
Attempted murder here tonight on Great Balls of Fire. I think Angle say a little prayer. Do you know, this is time that could have maybe been taken up by, I don't know, wrestling? Am I being silly here?
They've managed to get the door open, James.
Oh, sorry. Back to the important stuff. And
Strowman, he looks dazed and confused.
I can't even see him in there. It's too dark. Fire Brigade are here to help. Fire rescue. And Strowman, doesn't want the backboard. Doesn't want the neck brace.
Pushing everyone away from him.
Well, you can see he's seriously bleeding. And the guy's in there trying to kiss Braun Strowman.
He needs mouth to mouth. The Strowman way out of the ambulance.
Oh my God, there's blood everywhere.
Staggering about. He's dazed and confused.
Well, he's seriously concussed. Plus, he's got internal injuries. There's no doubt about that.
Most definitely internal injuries. He's just been involved in an automobile accident.
Auto vehicle he has. And that arm, I got to say, that's been hyperextended by the look of things.
Most definitely.
And Strowman's struggling. I think he's causing damage to himself for trying to get up, to be fair.
He can barely get to his feet. No, he's still refusing help from anyone.
He is a monster among men, isn't he? I wouldn't want Braun Strowman falling on me to be... Oh, look, and he's up against the side of that lovely white van, and he's ruined it. Lorry. Bus. And then he's got blood all over it. Look at that visual. Blood streaming down from the eye.
He can barely stand, but he's refusing help from anyone.
And look at Kurt Angle. Agog. Look at that Strowman. Unbelievable scenes here. Oh, crazy. Crazy world we live in, Dan. Oh, Kurt Angle.
He's just glad that he's alive.
Yes. And we all are here. Oh, Michael Cole took his glasses off. It's serious.
I wish I wore glasses so I could take them off.
Will we count the Slater-Hawkins match as a point each?
Does it matter?
It doesn't really matter.
You're still a twat.
You're still a twat. So, yeah, 7 each. Heading into the main event. And let's hope you've gone different, Dan, because otherwise we both get the pay-for-view point. But, yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow with Braun Strowman. Hopefully get an update on Monday Night Raw. Reigns has tried to kill Braun Strowman, as we see. So, up next, we have got the main event of Great Balls of Fire. It is Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar.
And it is Brock Lesnar's first title defence since he won the title back in April.
Alright, so yes, April, yeah, WrestleMania.
Yeah. Since he won the title back in April. But under normal rules, he would have had to relinquish the title within 30 days, as happens to every single other person on the roster. But because Brock is a part-timer, it doesn't matter.
No, of course it doesn't matter. But what does matter is that this is a dream match for a lot of people. Samoa Joe, Samoan Submission Machine versus the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Universal Championship on the line. Let's have a look at the promo.
I've been in some of the most brutal matchups this industry has ever produced. I've faced the very best in the world.
You know him by the trail of carnage left in his wake.
I'm mission focused. I know what I want,
And I'm not afraid to take all and every avenue to get to that accomplishment.
Stare into the eyes of the challenger. There are many more human beings as dangerous.
And when it comes to legacy, the next piece of mine involves the Universal Championship.
What stands here in front of you is a man that does not fear Brock Lesnar.
I got one mission in life, and that's to be the best at what I'm doing. And I think I'm pretty damn good at it.
The reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar!
The tougher the task, the easier I can stand on top of that mountain and look down and pat myself on the back. Did pretty good, Brock. That's what gets me. That's what I love. That's who I am.
That great balls of fire, Brock Lesnar is your worst case scenario.
Asking me how I plan to slay the beast is a very complicated question. It starts by unbalancing a man who insulates himself from the world with an advocate.
I'm going to wrap my arm around your throat, and you're going to feel it tighten.
By slowly and surely eroding away the confidence that is the beast, Brock Lesnar.
I want you to take this message to Brock Lesnar that this was for him.
Tell him this! You tell him this!
I'm supposed to be afraid of Samoa Joe because he laid his hands on Paul Heyman? If you want a piece of Brock Lesnar, you come after Brock Lesnar. I think you're a punk-ass
Samoa Joe is daring to walk out here face to face with Brock Lesnar.
When I look across and I realize that my destiny has Brock Lesnar at the end of it, it's everything I've ever wanted.
Samoa Joe stepped into this ring and pulled a cheap shot on Brock Lesnar. Then, with everyone holding my client, Samoa Joe with cheap shot number 2 kicked my client in the face. So Samoa Joe, now's the time to start fearing Brock Lesnar.
Samoa Joe at Great Balls of Fire. Welcome to Suplex City.
Oh my God, from behind! Samoa Joe from behind, looking for the coquina clutch on Lesnar. The beast incarnate is fading fast. Look at Lesnar's face.
Brock Lesnar, I will lock him in the coquina clutch. I will put him to sleep. And I will become the new Universal Champion.
So, Dan, is Brock a broken record? And can he even have a good back and forth?
Well, from what we've seen recently, no, he can't. I mean, going back in the day, he had great matches, even against Angle and a few others. But recent times, he seems to have been like just trying to get matches over as quickly as possible, really.
Yeah, I think that's the worst fear for tonight. If this is just over with Lesnar, just suplex, I think it's unfair on other wrestlers because we've seen with Lesnar in the past, like we have to go back first run, like you say, with people like Guerrero and Benoit, different sizes he could have matches with, and now you look at recent matches against like Ambrose, he just doesn't seem to. Is it fair? He doesn't seem to care. Is that the right word? Or
Yeah, it seems just here for the paycheck, really. It's not as if has any emotion. You can definitely tell that by the fact that he hasn't defended his title since WrestleMania.
Yeah, which has really got on your goat. I understand that.
Joe, it seems like, he's got no fear towards Brock Lesnar.
No, he hasn't, and I think Joe, especially with the build-up on this, has become a serious contender. I mean, I don't know, main event, it depends on what they do with him, isn't it? How they treat him afterwards. But, I mean, what have you thought of the promo and the build-up to this match, Dan?
I thought it's been quite good. They had Joe winning his Fatal 5 pay-per-view. It was quite an exciting match, probably the only half-decent match on the card itself. And, they've had a couple of confrontations where they had to have the whole locker room there to separate the two beasts.
Yeah.
It has been a very good bit of build up there. Both men seem like, legitimate monsters in the ring.
Yeah, they do. And as we've seen with Joe as well, like kick to Lesnar, taking him down, getting the better of Brock. And I think it adds really good. But is it too long in the making? Have we waited too long to have a Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar match?
Well, do you mean that as in both men a bit over the hill?
Yeah, I mean,
to have like a great back and forth match.
Yeah, when Joe was like a killer going back like maybe 5 years ago when he was in TNA, Lesnar, previous time. Then again, I think I've just counted my point there because Joe's still new to the WWE roster, isn't he?
He is indeed, yes. Well, Brock, he's been around for 15 years.
Yeah, gave
obviously having breaks to go to UFC and what have you.
8-year break. He's been back ever since 2011 now.
Yeah,
6 years. So yeah, here comes Joe, and he's getting a good reception as well.
Rightly so. He certainly deserves it. He's built himself up to be a monster, especially since coming from NXT.
It's going to be brilliant. So as Joe comes to the ring with the trumpets, Dan.
Bam, bam, bam. That's the only performance you're getting from this monkey.
Yeah, exactly. And that goes all the way back to when we first saw Joe on Joe Watchmaker's WNXT. And since we've been on a ride, it's like our children now because we've seen him since the very beginning and of his WWE journey. He's gone from NXT, became champion twice, up to the main roster. Now finally, main event for against Brock Lesnar. Does it get any bigger for Joe?
I suppose it can do, yeah. But, for his WWE career, including NXT, I think this is the biggest it's got for him.
Yeah, this is Samoa Joe's biggest match in his career here tonight. If he delivers in the ring with Lesnar, we might see Joe on that main event level. If it fails, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. But prediction-wise, Dan, who have you gone for?
I have gone for the reigning, defending, Universal Champ, Brock Lesnar.
Yes. I have gone, well, it's going to surprise you, Dan. Brock Lesnar. I've gone for him.
Lock Bresnar.
Yeah, it's too easy. What are the reasons behind it?
Mainly that Samoa Joe has got the upper hand throughout majority of the build-up to this feud, so, it all goes part and parcel with Brock Lesnar winning.
Here comes the pain, and Brock Lesnar defending his title for the first time.
Since WrestleMania,
and he's going to look to be dominant here tonight. I think Lesnar keys to victory. If he wants to come out here, he's got to put Joe away as quick as possible. What does Joe have to do if he wants to upset everybody?
I think he needs to try and get the upper hand as early as possible and just use everything in his arsenal to take out the Beast Incarnate.
For me, Dan, it's always a spectacle when you see Brock Lesnar performing in the WWE. Like we say, part-timer, but he's still an attraction. Coming around every couple of months, and he's not outstaying his welcome. They need to do more with Brock, and we saw it last year with the Goldberg feud, and what to do with him, what's the best thing to do. And a match against Joe, even though this was originally meant to be, I think, Lesnar versus Strowman, I think Joe is an excellent substitute. And I'm genuinely, out of all the matches we've seen on the podcast, this is one of those that I'm really looking forward to watch. Because I don't know how it's going to go. If it's move for move, these two men will have a barn burner, as they say here at WWE GBOF. So we're just about to see Lesnar, Universal Champion, with Paul Heyman. You did a Paul Heyman impersonation, yet you wouldn't do any other impersonation.
So I'm not a performing monkey. I do my performances when I want, not on command.
Or Heyman, has he got a worried look on his face? Does he worry for Brock Lesnar here tonight?
I think he is slightly worried, but you know he may be quietly confident as well because we've seen what Brock can do in the main event. You know, he obliterated Goldberg after being obliterated by Goldberg.
Yep.
And you know he's not really had much in the way of contendership in his matches of late.
But I tell you something though, Joe looks ready here tonight to go with Lesnar. And, you know, slight size different. Lesnar's slightly taller, of course, but I don't think Joe is completely mismatched.
Well,
you know,
Joe is slightly wider.
Yeah, I mean he's got a different physique, but I don't think that takes away from the Samoa Joe character. You know, as Heyman's doing the introduction. Oh, he's a Samoan eating beast now. Lesnar. Oh.
And Samoa Joe comes straight out of the blocks, attacks Brock from behind. The match hasn't even started yet, and he's throwing Brock into the barricades. As I say, you know, if he wants to beat the Beast, he's got to come out all guns blazing. And he's certainly coming out all guns blazing.
Yeah, the jab to the knees, and now he's got Lesnar.
With a rock bottom there through the announce table, didn't even take out the monitors. Just sends the Beast straight through the table.
Oh my God, and I might have made a mistake going for Brock Lesnar on this one. Joe has just laid out the Beast. And not many men can say that.
Many men. And last time Brock Lesnar went for a table, it was in his Royal Rumble match against John Cena and Seth Rollins, and it took him ages to recover from that.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe that's Joe's strategy going into this. He knows it takes a long time for him to cover, get the match over and done with before Lesnar can. Of course, Goldberg beat him in a matter of seconds as well. So if you hit him quick, hit him strong, and that's what Joe's done, and Heyman can't believe it.
And if you don't allow Brock to get any momentum, but Brock, to his credit, he's up on his knees, using the barricade to pull himself up.
And like you said as well, Dan, I hope they get cancer, all the children in the car as well. But the referee's not started this match yet, so maybe that's Lesnar's advantage, that he can get his breath back a little bit. But then again, well played by Joe. Fair play to you.
Indeed, yes.
Or can Lesnar even get in the ring and start this match?
Well, he's not backing down from this challenge. He's going in to face his maker of poop.
Heyman saying, maybe don't go in there. He's dangerous. Lesnar saying, no, come on. He likes it.
He's like, yep, fair play, you got me.
He is. He's smirking.
He's not smoking. He's just got a grin on his face. But again, the bell rings and Joe comes running out, step up in Seguri, and just headbutting the back of Lesnar's head.
Oh, my God. Lesnar can't recover at the moment. Joe's on him. He's on him like an undercoat.
Well, he's turning it into a bit of a UFC fight with the knees to the midsection, but Brock Lesnar's getting some momentum back and delivering some knees of his own.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to suplex Joe Lennon. Joe just stopped him, pushed him right back in the corner.
Shoulder barges to the midsection.
Yeah, this has got a complete MMA feel about it, like you said, Dan, with the jabs. Lesnar trying to block himself, using the ropes, calls the referee's count. I don't think Joe cares about that. I suppose so, yeah, and he takes...
Because none of us went for Brock retains.
Well, he took Lesnar down. But Lesnar straight back up again, didn't let his shoulders get down to the mat. Doesn't want Joe in any sort of position where he could strike. Of course, with submissions that he knows. You don't want to take Lesnar's back. Lesnar's trying to stop that now.
Well, Lesnar, yeah, starting to come back. But Joe, you know, his knees to the midsection aren't affecting Joe. Responds with a headbutt, trying to get that coquina clutch locked in.
And Lesnar knows this. He's trying to stop it, trying to alleviate the pressure off because he's got the ropes as a release. Takes the easy way out, but it takes so much energy, you know, exerting the energy as well. Try and fight off the submission.
Oh, and Brock sends Joe into the top turnbuckle, dazing him momentarily.
And Joe's trying to get his breath back, and hey!
Suplex City count number 1.
Big back suplex, and Joe felt all of that, and this is what we've seen Lesnar before. This is his, it is Suplex City for him, isn't it? Getting the guy down. Oh, hitting him with these huge suplexes.
For those keeping count, Paul Heyman is one of them.
Joe trying to get back to his feet, and Lesnar again
hits him with the hat trick of.
And now,
the Ty Dillinger fans keeping count, that is number 10.
Has Lesnar now kind of survived the early onslaught of Joe?
Well, you know, Joe doesn't seem to be staying down for too long.
No, he's back up again. Lesnar going to go for the 4th suplex,
but Joe holding on to the ropes.
He's got the referee as well.
Oh! Distracted the referee, hits Brock with the low blow.
Well, by any means necessary, and that's what Joe does.
Paul Heyman spotted it, but there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Joe stalking Brock Lesnar's got him up, and another slam. Fucking hell.
That's actually got a name to it, I can't remember.
Yeah, Ranga or something like that, is it?
Katunga.
David Utunga suplex there, but only gets a 2.
2.
Joe's got a bit of blood on his lip, blood on his nose. Might have internal bleeding. I'm adding to the drama here, Dan. People at home can't see it.
They've watched it, they will.
all right. I like to think no one watches WWE. Just listen to. And now Joe stalking Lesnar.
Oh, he's got the coquina clutch locked in, has he? Oh no, Brock's trying to fight out of it.
Well, he's trying to make sure Joe can't clasp the hands, and Joe now trying to get it in position where he can lock it right underneath Lesnar's chin, and that's what Lesnar's trying to, build his head down to stop it. Now he's gone a different shade of purple. He's been caught. It's not fully sunk in, but it's going to take its toll. Referee's checked it, seems alright with it. Maybe they're letting it go a little bit because you know how Lesnar wrestles as well. Been a great conversation backstage, wasn't it? Do you want to lay it in? Yeah, alright. Lesnar's struggling. You can see his face as well.
Manages to get up to a vertical base. Side slam there for Joe.
Well, I would say Joe would have the advantage with submissions over Lesnar. But I think with Lesnar, it's pure power, isn't it, as well? Like, he's still got in him the way.
Yeah.
With ease, be able to pick up Joe, a man of his size, just dump him. That's natural genetics there for Brock Lesnar. Both men sweating profusely. They're going. Oh! Joe
going for a shoulder. Well, going for a spear, but Joe sidestepping it, and that's number 4? 5?
Yeah.
Number 4.
He goes right into the ring post there. It looked like Joe was going to go for the cleaner clutch, and Lesnar caught him.
5. Back suplex. Well, after going through Joe's legs, catching him.
A nice little exchange by the two, but now
6.
Well, Joe is stuck right in the middle of Suplex City.
Well,
here
how
tonight.
many suplexes does it take to get to Suplex City?
I think over 5 would be acceptable. Now he's got him up for the F5.
But Joe with a backslide locks in the coquina clutch.
If he can get him in the grapevine, get him on the ground, the canvas, it will be over. Lesnar's still trying to block it. You see, he's got his body to the side as well.
Well, he's UFC trained. He knows how to get out of submissions. Joe with the grapevine there, attempting to lock it in.
Maybe he can knock him out for the count of 5.
That wouldn't be.
Well, on the ropes there, referee can't let him out the corner. Down
to one knee.
Yeah, Lesnar's out. Lesnar could be out here. He's been caught. You can see the submission's in.
It's cinched in deep, but he hasn't got that grapevine in.
He hasn't, but Lesnar is fading, going purple as well. Heyman can't do anything but cheer on. He's going.
Anything that stands out, eyebrows, but he manages to get up, get Joe on his shoulder.
F5! Oh!
Joe with an F5. This could be it.
Go for the cover.
1, 2, 3.
Oh. What?
Huh.
After like 6 minutes. Well. If I tell you something, before we have a go at it too much, what you said down at the start, MMA style, to be over in 6 minutes, that's just over 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Might make sense, but I think it should have been longer. What did you think of the match?
I think they could have gone on a bit longer, but you mentioned before about is Brock a broken record? In the ring, it seems like he is a bit of a broken record. Back suplex, back suplex, back suplex, F5 attempt, back suplex, knees to the midsection. He's got about 6 moves in his repertoire.
Yeah, and we know he can do more, and it was a competitive match. Fair play to Joe. He looked like a challenger, and he did have Lesnar in a lot of trouble during that match. But
one F5 to beat him.
This is what I'm saying, yeah, one F5. Was it too easy? But, I mean, fair play to Joe. I think he really brought it here tonight. What do you reckon about that?
Most definitely brought it, yeah. It seemed like he had a very good chance, a bigger chance as any that's gone against Brock Lesnar as recent. But, again, he just seems too dominating.
He does, and Joe looks like he's got unfinished business with Lesnar. He's back to he's looking on at Lesnar. And it's a hell of a fight, don't get us wrong. Prediction-wise, we both get another point. So we move on, 8 points all. It's one of our best high-scoring games, Dan. Only one wrong each. I, of course, got the Wyatt Rollins wrong, and you got the Bliss Banks one wrong. But anyway, get another point, pay-per-view point each. So we move on now to, I don't even know what the scores are.
9-4.
We move on to 9-4. So as we head into Battleground in just a couple of weeks, I don't know. Is it? Yeah. So there we go, 9-4. Dan. We spoke about the match. What is your thoughts on the whole card?
I'll tell you what, aside from a couple of matches, it wasn't too bad. The Rollins-Wyatt, that kind of let it down. The Miz-Ambrose, that let it down. And, the winner of the Shield trifecta of matches was definitely Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman.
Yeah. Yeah, all the Shield members lost tonight.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great night. What was your... I'll tell you what I would do. If I would have put the tag team match, I would have put that with the ambulance and the main event, and I think that would have made quite a good show. I think with everything else, it just let it down, didn't it, you know?
Well, the ambulance match, it was quite a good match for what it was. Neville Tozawa, that was a great match. The ending was a bit stupid. The 30-minute Iron Man match, great match. The dream match. That was just Enzo getting beaten the fuck out of. You know, so all in all, it's been one of the better Raw pay-per-views.
But that's not saying much, though, is it? Though?
No, no, it's not got a lot to live up to.
No, I mean, it had like 3 matches. But what is your match for the night? We've had a couple of matches that delivered tonight.
I'd say the Iron Man match.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. The Hardys. It's the best pure wrestling. It told the story, didn't it?
Yeah.
Had a good start, good finish, and it made sense, and it made the tag team division relevant. Something I don't think the Cruiserweight division did. And the women's title match weren't too bad. I mean, the ending was a bit screwy, and I hope we've seen the end of Miz and Ambrose as well. Rating out of 10 then, Dan?
Because of the good standout matches, I'm going to give it a strong 7.
Strong 7. Yeah, I'm going to give it 7.5, only because I like main event, even though it could have gone longer. But the ambulance match really surprised me, and I always like the fact when there's a match that I'm not looking forward to, and it does actually deliver. And match tonight, obviously the Hardys as well. But we move on to Raw Talk now. All right, so we move on to Raw Talk, and of course it will be the GBOF Fallout. And we've got guests including Big Cass, Sasha Banks, and the Mr. Raj. Yay! So how do we start off, Dan?
Renee Young and Pete Rosenberg are our hosts, and they react to the main event where Lesnar retained the Universal Championship against Samoa Joe. They also do a recap of the much talked about ambulance match between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman.
Well, we see footage of the ambulance crash, and the duo talk about what's next for Strowman and Reigns.
Big Cass joins the show. He says Enzo has ran his mouth for far too long, and tonight he humbled him. When asked about his goals, Cass says he wants Lesnar and wants to main event WrestleMania.
Well, do you think he can face Brock Lesnar and main event WrestleMania, Dan?
I hope he faces Brock Lesnar and gets destroyed. Main event WrestleMania, no chance. He needs to that.
Well, Renee brings up that this is the building where Enzo and Cass debuted in as a team last year. Cass says there's no need to look back at the past, but to the future. Renee asks about the reaction he's gotten since his turn. He said it's no different than before, since they chanted for him anyway.
They never chanted for him.
Since they never chanted for him anyway, and always Enzo.
Well, Cass says some of the fans cheered his wins tonight, but that's only because they read the internet and they think they're smart and jump on the bandwagon. Says the Enzo chapter is closed and that Enzo shouldn't want to deal with him anymore. Cass says he can go toe-to-toe with Lesnar and declares himself the next Universal Champ.
I mean, you'd love to see Big Cass versus Lesnar, wouldn't you? I can see it in your eyes. Cass says someone in NXT once told him he was nothing without Enzo, and they were nothing more than an opening act. He said he's proved his critics wrong.
Why, by beating an opening act?
Yeah, do you feel that he's proved his critics wrong there, Dan?
I don't think he's proved anything by beating a twat that I don't think he's ever had a finishing manoeuvre since I've seen him.
Yeah. Well, Young and Rosenberg acknowledge that Rosenberg is a heat magnet and that Pete has a bit of a past with Big Cass.
Well, next up, Sasha Banks joins the show and she says she was very close to the win, even though it wasn't the official result she wanted. Banks says she's smarter and faster than Bliss. Banks rags Bliss being a fake fan of the industry and that she can't tell Matt and Jeff Hardy apart. Is that like us not being able to tell Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander apart?
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. Well, Banks says Bliss is getting what she wants by getting all the fame with Total Divas and the like, but the girls see through her lies. Banks goes on a confident role touting how great she is and how Bliss hasn't worked her way up. Banks says she will teach Bliss to respect the business, which I suppose sounds quite a cool story, though.
Oh, what? Some more lessons?
Yeah, well, that's what we like to see, isn't it, Maurice?
We like lessons.
like lessons.
We move to talking about the main event. The host put over the match and Joe for going toe-to-toe with Lesnar. They acknowledged that Heyman seemed to take Joe more seriously than most of Lesnar's opponents.
Yeah, which is something we mentioned during the match.
Well, so if you want Heyman to take you seriously, you've got to give him the cock.
Yeah, exactly. You got to hurt him. Well, now, up next, Miz joins the show, joined by Miz and the Miztourage. Miz throwing in it in Renee's face that he's retained the IC title over her husband once again. Roseberg says that Miz got a bit of help in the win, but Miz asked him to shush. A bit of help in the win, eh?
A bit of help is an understatement.
Yeah.
Renee points out that Miz has been hiding behind Maurice's skirt and now behind Axel and Dallas. Miz says you don't have to like the way he wins or his matches, but he's been here for 12 years.
What's that got to do with it? Just because you've been there a long time doesn't mean you're any good, does it?
James slating the Miz?
Well, no, I'm just saying though. Like, I've been at my work 12 years. Does that make me good at it?
No.
Exactly. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, Rosenberg asks Bo Dallas how he feels now that he's associated with the Miz. Dallas says he's not been involved in a pay-per-view for over 2 years. Miz has given him an avenue to excel after being comic relief.
by basically still being comic relief. Yeah.
Axel says it's not about what you know, but who you know, and he knows the Miz. And if you look like a star and act like a star, then you are a twat. Oh no, then you are a star. Miz says he makes the IC title prestigious. When asked about what's next, Miz says he takes on all comers.
Well, as Miz finishes up his promo, a few music hits, and we go. We get Raw talk. Dan, what did you think of it?
It wasn't the best Raw talk. I'd like to have seen Paul Heyman and Lesnar on there after their win, or even Roman Reigns after his match, or even the Hardy Boys or Cesaro.
Yeah,
someone who was involved in one of the decent matches as opposed to the crap matches.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
But then again, I suppose with Lesnar, he's not going to be around all the time, and you're going to have to build towards, like you say, with the Miz inventing talking smack, the Intercontinental title, trying to still be important. But the way they were talking about it doesn't sound like Ambrose and Miz are finished yet. But anyway, we're going to move on, and for the first time ever, Dan, we're going to have a WNR extension to the podcast. Now, we've just had Great Balls of Fire, but we're going to move on, and like I say, first time we're going to follow what happened this week in WWE, basically. And we started July 10th, and it was the Raw results. So Big Show confronted Big Cass.
Well, yeah, Big Cass was out spouting his mouth about how he beat Enzo. Not that it's much of an accolade, really, but, and then the Big Show's, Big Cass talking about how tall he is and how good he is, and then the Big Show come out, someone that the Big Cass to when he faces. The Big Show got the better of Big Cass, and Big Cass hightailed it with his tail between his legs, basically, after being hit.
So it looks like we're going to see, mate, like Big Show, Big Cass down the road. Maybe a match to decide who can use the big.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Then it would just be Show or Cass. We shall see.
Colin Cassidy.
Yeah. Oh, one of your favourites, Finn Balor defeated, I'm talking about the other guy, Finn Balor defeated GP Douche, Dan. Was that a good match?
I think it's a bit of a step down for Finn Balor. He shouldn't really be fighting the GPD, but, they've had a little bit of beef after Finn Balor interrupted Elias Sampson playing the guitar.
Yeah.
But, he managed to get one over on the GPD, so good in my book.
But what's interesting with Balor is they're one of the favourites going into that 5-way match to be one of the favourites going to win to face Lesnar.
He's the bloke that you chose, isn't he? They
He's
choked out by the bloke that I chose.
And I picked him for the Royal Rumble. He didn't show up as well. So my record of Balor's not the best. But anyway, and now he can't even get a pay-per-view match. He's fighting GPD. Guys just come up from NXT who wasn't on his level and NXT was nowhere near. Up next, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson defeated the Hardy Boys.
Well, the Hardy Boys come out after their extensive 30-minute Iron Man match. Both men was limping. He had 9 stitches in his eye after being busted open, as we saw on the Great Balls of Fire. But, they managed to get a bit of a shallow victory over the Hardy Boys. I don't think it was, a deserved victory. But after that, someone come out and beat the Hardys up.
Oh, the Revival returned.
The Revival returned, that's it.
Yes, they returned and they beat down on the Hardy Boys, starting up their feud. Basically, they had WrestleMania. Well, they did it to the New Day, I know, but it makes sense. And you personally love the Revival, Dan, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Revival, and I don't think it was much of a prestigious beatdown after beating down a previously. They were a bit battered and beaten from the 30-minute Iron Man match, and then they lose to Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Yeah, I thought that was a shallow victory, but it's even shallower beating up someone who's been beaten up,
But Dash, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder are back on.
But can I just say something? During the Hardy Boys, because they come out and they've done a bit of mic work before, and Matt Hardy said he may be beaten and he may be a little broken.
Oh.
So, they might be opening the door to that side of the Hardys.
Yeah. Up next, we had... Well, Dean Ambrose crashed the Mizzies.
The Mizzies was the Miz's little award ceremony. He came out and he had an award for the best entourage, which obviously went to two people, Axel and Dallas. The best supporting lady, which went to his Mrs. Maurice. And the best, I don't know what he was for, the best bloke. And obviously that went to the Miz. And then Dean Ambrose beaten down by the Miz and the Miztourage. And then Seth Rollins come out to save the day and help out Dean Ambrose. And, after that, Dean Ambrose says, look, I haven't forgotten what you've done. It doesn't make us even in our books. I don't need your help. I don't want your help. I didn't ask for your help.
Fucking hell. So we've got that going down. So the Shield reunion could quite possibly be happening now then. And that's big news. Other match, Banks and Bayley beat Bliss and Jax. Anything interesting there?
Well, it was just a rematch from the week when Bayley got knocked out by Nia Jax, couldn't compete in the match, and it was Sasha Banks to go against Bliss and Jax on her own. And yeah, they managed to pick up a win.
Oh, that's good. Oh, Goldust beat R-Truth, and he turned on him a couple of weeks ago, didn't he?
Yes, Goldust has gone back to his 24-carat pictures, the strange Goldust type, what do you call it?
Right.
And, he's turned on his former R-Truth, turned on his former partner R-Truth. And yeah, that's an interesting little feud they've got going between the two of them.
I mean, Raw there's like I say, a lot going on, isn't there, with 3 hours? But, there we go. Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe confronted Brock.
Well, Brock come out to brag about how good he is and, how he beat Samoa Joe. And then Roman Reigns' music hit. He come out. I think Kurt Angle might have been in the ring. Or did he come down at some point? Anyway, Kurt Angle was there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And, Roman Reigns said, I think I should be next in line. As you see, I'm the only one out here. Even though I lost to Braun Strowman, he's nowhere to be seen. And I'm here. Then Joe's music hit. He said, well, I went toe-to-toe with him. And it... Ole,
sorry.
And it wasn't, it was a whitewash as we would have thought. One quick F5 and the match was over.
Yeah.
So they've booked a match, Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, next week to go against Brock Lesnar for the title at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and we will speak more about that in just a little bit. Akira Tozawa and Cedric Alexander defeated Neville and Noam Dar. Which was not a bad match. Of course, Tozawa needed a victory again over Neville because losing at Great Balls of Fire. And Dar, as we know, tomorrow night, as we are now on 205 Live, they will have an I Quit match. So we're building towards that. And in the main event, Bray Wyatt defeated Seth Rollins. And it was a rematch, wasn't it, of their Great Balls of Fire. And basically exactly the same, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we move on, and right after Monday Night Raw was WWE 24... Kurt Angle Homecoming. Dan, what are your thoughts? Because usually, before I go on to that, I love the W24 series. It's one of my favourite series that we've done. And I look at it extensively, write notes. Time round, I'll let you watch it.
Yes.
So can you tell me, I mean, I will watch it at a point and probably say something about it, but what are your thoughts on Kurt Angle Homecoming?
I thought it was great. It started off very early on in Angle's career, when even before he was an Olympic champion. It started off with his return back to WWE. And, he was very nervous about going to see Vince. On his office, he bumped into Stephanie, had a 15-20 minute talk with her. And she kind of alleviated his worries and, his fears, because he saw Vince McMahon as a father figure and, Vince saw him as a son figure. Because, as it explained on the series, that Kurt Angle lost his dad quite young.
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing is about it is that we've spoken a lot on the Kurt Angle special about his early tragedies with his family. And, of course, like the kind of difficult breakup as it was between Angle and McMahon, and to finally see them two. I think we saw it on Bring It to the Table. Corey Graves did a little 5-minute interview with Angle, and they showed a little bit of that clip, didn't they?
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd like to say...
Yeah, it was basically that clip that we saw then. You know, he brought him back and he spoke to Steph, went up to Triple H's office, tripped to Vince McMahon's office, and it basically went in there, a big hug, you know, as if nothing had ever gone on between the two of them. And that's the point where Vince said, right, cameras, out of here. It was an hour-long episode. And it just goes right from the start of when Kurt Angle explains like how he, in a semi-final of the Olympics, he broke his neck, couldn't feel anything in his arms, managed to fight and win with a broken freaking neck. He tried to get signed by WWE, but he said, look, I'm an Olympic champion, I can't lose. That went off the table, and then he actually went and watched WWE, and then, you know, saw, wow, you know, that's quite hardcore. Phoned up WWE and said, is that contract still enough? I spoke to JR, and JR said, well, no, you're going to have to come in and have tryouts like everyone else. After 2 days of taking bumps, he said, yes, sod this, I don't want to do this anymore. But ended up like impressing enough over the 2 days he was there to get a contract with WWE. That started his story with, you know, the Olympic hero and coming out, and then it goes on, you know. To
what I want to know is the talking heads. We talked about Dixie Carter making an appearance, and who else was talking heads, and what did they mention about TNA? Do you know what I mean? Did they mention any of his?
Well, they was talking mainly about his drug abuse, because he'd broken his neck a few times.
Yeah.
He was popping pills. He was drinking heavily. His wife basically gave him an ultimatum, say, look, either sort it out or we're through. And yeah, you know, he managed to, with the help of some friends, get into rehab. After being in rehab for a month, you know, he come out clean, and yeah, you know, but they didn't really mention too much about TNA as such, you know. It's just mainly Dixie Carter saying about talking about Kurt Angle as opposed to the wrestling promotion.
Yeah, because they said they got on quite well, you know, quite a good friendship. So it was a bit surprising to see her on there, but I suppose it does explain a little bit. You say you leave WWE and you get the darkness. But is it good? It's good that they talked about the fucking the drug use. Like,
yeah, it was very emotional. You know, because Kurt Angle lost his sister due to heroin abuse. He lost his brother. And obviously his father.
Yeah, I forgot Kurt's middle name.
Well, yeah. But, it was very good. Highly recommend you watch it.
Yeah. Did they build up towards like him returning to...
They built up all his... they went through his Hall of Fame induction, you know, like where he drank the 2 pints of milk, and he had a cowboy hat on singing... I'm just a
sexy boy.
Sexy Kurt.
Oh, sexy.
I'll make your ankle hurt. You know, John Cena introing him to that, saying, you know, John Cena, it's a full circle because John Cena had his first match against Angle. And, you know, it was an absolute honour to induct him into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I mean, much like we did, like Special, it's reintroducing fans who probably don't even know who Angle is, you know, because he went away, 11 years ago? I say went away. He left WWE 11 years ago, so there's will be another generation who won't know what it is. So.
Most definitely, yeah, and it was good because, you know, it showed highlights of his matches against Brock when Brock could actually have a wrestling match, really. And you know, it was good to see that side of him, like, you know, where he'd fair few times. I think 4 times he's broken his neck.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned before, his drug addiction, he was addicted to Novocaine. He was getting Novocaine shots. How he thought his career was over multiple times, but he managed to fight back from it.
But it was worth it. It made you feel happy. Apart from all the horrible drug bits at the end, it was worthwhile.
It was, yeah.
Nice program.
You know, it was good to see his career over an hour.
Yeah, I mean, but like I say, it's a reintroduction, isn't it? But you would recommend it to everybody.
Most definitely, yeah.
All right, so that was Monday. Did you watch SmackDown on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Did you know? Because I don't know anything. What was the main things that happened on your show, SmackDown, Dan? You said Dillinger beat something.
Dillinger lost Mahal in the first match.
Yeah. They've announced Nakamura Corbin for Battleground, haven't they? Randy Orton wasn't there, a little bit of time off before his Punjabi prison match with Mahal. Was AJ Styles and John Cena?
AJ Styles and John Cena, yes. AJ Styles come out saying, I'm going to have an open challenge because of what John Cena started with the title. And John Cena answered his open challenge call. They had a referee out there just about to ring the bell. Kevin Owens' music hits.
Oh.
So Kevin Owens, like Cena and AJ Styles, focus away. And then in comes Rusev, hits John Cena. That ties up a match for John Cena and Styles against Rusev and Kevin Owens for the main event.
Right, what was the main event like?
Yeah, it was all right. John Cena won. John Cena and Styles won.
Well, there we go.
Back and forth match.
Well, basically, though, the rumour has it that they are looking to have a Styles-Cena match at SummerSlam again. So then we had, after SmackDown Live, we had 205 Live. And we started off, it was episode 33, and Titus O'Neil gives Akira to talk via speakerphone. He starts telling about Titus' worldwide negotiations for a rematch against Neville for the Cruiserweight title when Arya Daivari walks in. And he hangs up on O'Neil, then gives Cesaro a lecture of Iranian wrestling. I know that an Iranian lost to Kurt Angle in the finals of the Olympic tournament, goddamn, with a broken freaking neck. Daivari says the greats of Iran would never resort to low blows like Akira. Of course, that what happened on Raw. Cesaro gave Neville a low blow as retribution. And questions his honour. Cesaro says to never question his honour. And Daivari says they're next. I guess Cesaro versus Daivari match, but...
Well, Vic Joseph and Corey Graves welcome us and discuss whether Cesaro deserves a rematch. They hype the main event and then it's time for our opener.
Your answer to that, it means Cesaro and Daivari are going to have a match, and Cesaro defeated Daivari via disqualification when Neville appears to destroy Cesaro before he can attempt his top rope senton. Yes, and Neville came out and attacked Cesaro. He whips into the barricade, then kicks his elbow and locks in the rings of Saturn, refusing to release the hold. Graves and Joseph talk about his plan being to eliminate Akira before he can even get his rematch.
Then we get a flashback to Drew Gulak losing to Mustafa Ali after attempting a manoeuvre from the top rope. We then get a press conference from Gulak on the Tron. He was climbing to get a better view of the match and gave in to a moment of weakness that allowed Ali to tie their series at 2-2. So next week he challenges Mustafa to a feud-ending 2 out of 3 falls match to whether the future of 205 Live will be Drew's ground-based, family-friendly wrestling or Ali's high-flying showboating.
So we already know the main event for episode 34, but continuing here tonight, video package, it focused on Rich Swann trying to motivate heel TJP to be babyface TJ Perkins again. And their main event from last week, won by Swann and sealed with a reluctant hand.
Well, before Swann's match against the local wrestler can start, music hits, and he comes down to sit at the commentary desk to scout the match.
Rich Swann defeated Mario Connors via pinfall following a Phoenix Splash and a surprisingly hard-fought match.
Wow, local competitor put up a good fight. TJ on the microphone asking if Rich is happy with his performance. He says he expected more from someone who was able to beat him last week, and that if he wrestled this guy, he'd beat him in half the time. Kins an idea. He's giving Connors a second chance against the first ever Cruiserweight champion. Mario agrees and TJP gets production to put Swann's time on the Tron for a beat the clock challenge. He says he can beat Connors way quicker than Rich's 3 minutes and 49.
So, we'll see if he did. TJ Perkins defeated Mario Connors via pinfall following a disaster kick after 28. He kicked Connors' knees out at the bell, then almost got rolled up on a knee bar attempt before ending it. And then he dabs on Rich and the world.
Twat. The Brian Kendrick is out in his British gentleman cosplay. He says Jack Gallagher isn't unconventional, he's a clown. A third-rate William Regal. Kendrick has to work hard to get where he is, to reinvest in himself to get back to WWE. Gallagher hasn't had to put in much hard work because we like to laugh at the clown. Jack's music hits to cut the Brian Kendrick off. He says he couldn't listen to Kendrick question his work ethic. Jack says he's been fighting since he was 16, but he wants to congratulate Bryan on his second.
Seeing as he squandered his first one, being a passive-aggressive Jack is willing to be unconventional and fight for everyone in the WWE Universe who wants to be a little different. If Kendrick wants to question Gallagher again, they're going to fight. And then they do.
Jack gets the best of the exchange and it ends with a headbutt which sends Bryan to the floor. But Kendrick grabs Gallagher's umbrella, rolls in and destroys Jack with it until the referees break it up. The two men glare at each other as Kendrick...
Well, Ali has accepted... Up next, we had Ali accepted... Ali has accepted Gulak's challenge. So next week's main event, Dan, is set.
Then we see a recap of the Dar-Fox romance and their feud with Cedric.
So, here we go. We are going to get the first ever I Quit match in 205 Live history. Will it be The Rock? Would it be like The Rock versus Mankind? We don't know. We shall see here. The Dar and Cedric feud has gone on for so long. This is going to be the ending tonight. Dan, are you grateful for that?
I hope it is the ending.
Well, what does Cedric have to do if he wants to put my man Noam Dar down?
Make him quit.
Yeah, and I think Dar has to make Alexander quit. How he does this, though, it's going to be intriguing, isn't it? Alexander's out a little while with injuries. I think working on the leg, try and get him down in submission. At the moment, Alexander looking good, though.
He is indeed, yes. And sending Dar to the outside, his arms, and both of them go tumbling down.
Come on, Dar. Use Fox as a weapon if you have to. And Alexander now working on Dar. Oh, up against a barricade. Come on, Noam. And he's an ever-present in 205 Live, isn't he? Him and Fox.
He is indeed, yes. And has Cedric Alexander got a belt on his trunk? Looks like he's wearing not a title belt.
I would have to see it closer. Yeah. Well, Cedric now has got him up on the stairs. And I am a fan of Dar, but I can see him quitting quite easily. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Is he going to get suplexed off the stairs?
Alexander looks like he's going to try and suplex Dar off the stairs onto them wafer thin mats.
Oh, but Dar fighting with what he's got. Yes!
Oh, and kicks Cedric's leg out from underneath him, sends him crashing to the aforementioned wafer-thin mats. The referee then asks Alexander if he wants to quit, who then pushes the ref away, saying...
Well, this is our second day of the week, and of course tomorrow, Dan, we've got NXT, tag team titles on the line, Authors of Pain versus Heavy Machinery, but right now it is our quit match, first time ever, 205 Live, my number 2 pick on the CWC. And now look at main event in 205. I'm so proud of him, do you know that? I am.
He's got an impressive win-loss record as well.
He's got a horrible win-loss. At the moment, he is 4 for 25. But that doesn't matter because tonight changes here on 205, alright? That's it. Work the arm set. Work the fuck that. Work the arm.
Finger.
The arm, Dar. Referee's got the microphone. Do you quit, Alexander?
No.
He's saying no.
No.
Come on, Dar. Take him out. Oh! Big boot to the head. No, Dar's going to show how dangerous he is tonight. And work on the arm, work on the leg. That's it. Tear him apart. And I've never seen that before. And he's got the turnbuckle exposed. And he's bending down Dar's fingers right through that metal pole. You're going to snap him off.
Thumb to the eye, though. Dar manages to get his fingers out.
Well, at the moment, Cedric Alexander's setting up now Dar on the apron.
Oh, looks set to drop him on the hardest part of the ring.
Oh, but Dar fighting back. Doesn't get hurt. Uh-oh, now he is.
Oh, but he gets thrown back inside of the ring, lands on his feet. Goes over to barge Alexander, but he sidesteps, leaving Dar's head exposed. He gets kicked in the face and then sent down to the thin mats below.
And now, what's Alexander going to do?
Springboard.
Acai moonsault. No!
Lands on his feet.
Oh!
But Dar takes down his leg. Sends him face first into that wafer thin mat.
Dar hasn't got many impressive moves, but that kick there, and that's another one. Fierce Fox. The forearm on the back of Alexander's head, nose grinding to that wafer thin mat.
And then bouncing his knee off of it. God, that looks painful. Hooking his nose and pulling his ear.
One thing Dar has got advantage, that he is a British wrestler, so he knows all the dirty ways. He knows how to hook them, as they say.
He knows how to hold them, how to fold them.
Yeah, he
knows when to walk away.
He knows when to walk away.
When the dealing's done.
He's not going to walk away today. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, and that's what Dar's doing. Pulling Alexander.
Oh, but Dar managing to fight out with a kick to the head. Fights out with a kick to the head, sends Dar reeling. Dar goes for a kick, gets caught, and Alexander delivers a thunderous back elbow.
Full force and Dar. Uh-oh. He's going to be in trouble.
Oh! Face first into that steel ramp.
Oh, my word. And Dar's facial features might be permanently rearranged. I don't think he's able to quit either. Can't. And Alexander saying, yeah, I want some. Dar doesn't want. Go on, quit, Dar. It's your best chance, mate. Oh! Dar thought he got out of harm's way.
Cedric Alexander comes flying over the top rope with a lovely somersault, takes out Noam.
And now Cedric said, well, I don't know, I've never seen that expression on his face before. Oh,
but Dar managing to ram him back first into the edge of the ring apron, and we all know how hard that is.
Oh, now the announce table's in trouble. Oh, no.
Alexander gets sent sailing over the announce table.
Cedric Alexander there over the announce table, flying right into Noam Dar. Took him bing now. Cedric looking to finish this, maybe.
Springboard off the top with a big clothesline.
Well, Dar was 3/4 away from the other side of the ring.
Still managed to get caught. Looking to go over and get that chair to finish off Noam Dar, but gets his leg taken out from him and stopped in his tracks.
Come on, Dar. Chair's there. Break his leg.
If I was Noam Dar, I'd put Cedric Alexander's elbow pads back on him. He's setting up that chair, and I don't think he's going to offer Alexander a set.
Cedric reverses it. Oh!
Oh, lovely spring insecurity there.
Well, Cedric definitely stepped up to the plate on that one. Kicked Dar right in the face. He's got the chair, and he's going to pull it on Dar's arm. Don't you, Dar?
Go on, Ced.
Don't you? Oh, no.
He's going to break his arm. Don't do it, Cedric. Not like this.
Oh, my God, Cedric did it. And Dar's saying, no, I'm not going to quit. Showing his toughness there. Fair play to Dar.
Oh, he stomps on the chair. Noam slapping Alexander. I think it's just angering him more.
Yeah, last act of defiance is your last chance. And Cedric looks to enjoy it. Oh, my God.
As he stomps a mud hole in the chair.
Oh,
and Noam Dar quits the match.
He has no chance. I mean, his career was going to be over then. His left hand in serious trouble. My God, what an epic match, Dan. What did you think?
I thought it was a bloody good match between the two, yeah. You know, not a bad word to say about it.
No, really, really enjoyable. They meshed quite well. But now this has got to be the ending of the feud as Cedric looks on at Dar and Fox.
You're going to wait and see what happens after?
I wonder what could happen after.
Oh, at least he's got the love of a beautiful woman in his corner.
He has. There's one thing about him, you know. At least he's got someone to support him. He just lost to Cedric after feuding with him for so long.
Over the love of Alicia Fox.
Fox!
I bet she does.
Wait a minute. Well, after the match, Dan, Dar's got a mic, and he's saying he's not only going to quit feuding with Cedric, he also quits Alicia Fox. No one says if she thought he was really into her. She's as stupid as she looks. He is the youngest superstar on Raw roster. Did she really think he didn't have a woman in every city? He used Alicia to get notes in WWE, and now he's done with her. Foxy breaks down in tears as Noam tells her she means nothing to him and leaves. So Dar there. What a bastard, Dan. What did you think?
It was a bit of a shock, seeing as though he was in a massive feud with Alexander over Foxy, and then it's over. He's lost Foxy as well. He's got rid of Foxy as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's got rid of her. So now Fox, I guess, becomes the good person because she's been dumped. And Noam Dar is just a big nasty. So we'll see what happens with Noam Dar as we move on. But straight after 25 Live, we got Talking SmackDown. How did it start?
Well, after Renee Young and Shane McMahon spend a few minutes bantering and comparing their tans, the Usos join the show. Shane says that he personally would have given them the victory in the rap battle against the New Day last week just for that jibe over Paige. Moving on to talk about tonight's events, Jey Uso says the New Day are always out there cheating and it's always 3-on-2. The Usos don't seem concerned about Jey losing to Xavier Woods, as they say that their bread and butter is tag team matches, not singles competition.
Excellent.
That was quite a good match, to be honest.
Was it a good match?
Xavier Woods finished it off with a Shane McMahon style leap of faith, pretty much 3/4 of the way across the ring, delivering the elbow to Jey, who
that's pretty cool.
After New Day and Jimmy got sent out.
Right, we move on, and next Renee Young and Shane McMahon start talking about Baron Corbin and Shinsuke fucking Nakamura. Shinsuke fucking, with Young saying that Corbin seems to have a chip on his shoulder and that he should be careful because Nakamura has been training and will be a tough competitor in the ring. What do you think about a Corbin, Stan?
I don't know. I'm not sure if Corbin's really up to facing someone with Nakamura. I think it's going to be Nakamura running the whole match kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
it could be good.
Yeah, I mean, I even don't know who could win that match. I don't know, Money in the Bank versus Nakamura. But anyway, Sami Zayn is introduced as the next guest, and he seems to be in a lot of pain for when he was hit with a glass vase. So
you're saying Sami Zayn is in a lot of pain?
Sami Zayn, a lot of pain when he was hit in the arse with a glass vase. with a vase earlier. Shane McMahon says he liked Maria Kanellis' one-liner after she hit Zayn, and Zayn is upset that Shane is making light of the situation. Zayn says that Maria and Mike Kanellis' public displays of affection have been difficult to watch. Dan, you agree with that, don't you?
Fucking annoying.
What do you say next?
He also said that he did the right thing and apologised, even though he never intended to interrupt them, when he came out to the ring while they were speaking a few weeks ago. He said he simply came out when he heard his theme kick in, and that he doesn't control the show's audio and video.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Zayn says that he was legitimately sorry that he accidentally interrupted them last week, but he thinks that it's ridiculous that they want a third apology, and now he's ready to kick Mike Kanellis' ass.
Yeah, so we're going to see it. We're going to see Mike Kanellis versus Sami Zayn. Good use of Sami Zayn. Well done, WWE. John Cena then joins the panel, and Renee Young asks what Cena has been doing for the past few months. He wants to talk about Battleground. Cena describes the flag match as a match where anything can happen and not necessarily a match you can plan for. Cena says that normally he would not be worried to face Rusev, but he feels particularly pressured to win this match at Battle.
Because if he loses, he would feel like he let the United States down. Cena says that he wants to make clear to everyone that he's still the best and can still take down anyone in the ring. He also says that he tries to be on SmackDown Live as often as he can because his heart is still here.
Bollocks. So we move on. Right, so we move on to Wednesday, which of course is July 12th, and well, we had episode 401 of NXT. And how did it start, Dan?
Well, we started off with an opening video package. The opening video package is designed to break your heart about Tommaso Ciampa's betrayal of Johnny Gargano all over again and remind us about his promo from a few weeks back.
Well, Mario Ranallo, Percy Watson, and going to discuss that and show us some fallout of Roderick Strong's disappointing loss last week when he lost to the reigning, defending NXT champion Bobby Roode. We learn the NXT champion will be here this week, and we'll get some hype for our tag team main event. But our first match is Aleister Black versus Bobby Fish, making his debut. Now, Dan, I don't know a lot about him. What do you know about him?
Well, he was born October 1989, the day before your birthday. He's an American professional wrestler, obviously, because he's in wrestling, who is best known for wrestling in Ring of Honor, Evolve Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. Fish is a 3-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion with Kyle O'Reilly as Re-Dragon, and a 1-time Ring of Honor World Television Champion. He's also known for his appearances with New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he's a former 2-time IWGP Tag Team Champion with O'Reilly. Fish, while not signed to a contract, made his debut in WWE Developmental Territory NXT June 23rd, 2017 television tapings, losing to Aleister Black. On July 12th, 2017, Fish made his NXT television debut against Aleister Black.
I'm going to watch this now. I mean, are you excited for Fish?
I'm more excited for Black because he is my new adopted guy in NXT.
What is it about Aleister Black you like?
His surname.
Yeah,
I like the way he moves in his ring. He's kind of got his own way of doing things, so to speak. He sits where he wants. Aleister Black,
he sits where he wants. He does.
And yeah, I think he's great in the ring. Got on him, and I think this guy's going to go far.
Yeah, you like your guys with tattoos, didn't you, with Randy Orton? Ambrose hasn't got any openly tattoos, I guess, but we'll see what Fish has to offer against Black in the early going. Hey!
And he sits where he wants. Fuck you, Bobby Fish.
Well, a exchange between the two. And Bobby Fish, a nice name though. I mean, you've got a first name of a champion, haven't you? But not the...
Bobby Lashley's a champion?
No, not Bobby. I'm talking about the NXT champion, Bobby Roode.
Oh,
you know?
Bobby Roode.
No,
Bobby Roode.
Roode is the best Bobby though in NXT.
Not as good as Fish.
No, you can't say that. You don't even know.
Fish.
You think Fish is better than Roode. I disagree. It's a battle of the Bobbies. Maybe we'll
Right,
see
don't
that
be
one day.
rude about Fish.
Hey. Well, Black caught in a side headlock now, but Fish rolls away. Blocks that. Forearm strike with the kicks. But Black knows how to defend himself. He knows him for a little bit of a fight here, Black. Has he really been tested yet in NXT, Dan?
No, I wouldn't even say he was tested when he went up against Bobby Roode and CN.
My.
You open
Well, anyway, Black trying to hit the kicks with Fish.
Oh, a lovely kick and elbow combination there, sending Fish to the mat, rolling outside to try and recover. Oh, gonna springboard out of the ring, but he just does a backflip and sits in the middle of the ring because he sits where he wants.
I'll tell you something about him, though. He is cool. I like his look, but we haven't really seen him do a promo yet, have we? We haven't really seen what he's all about. Do you think that will go against him in the long run, Dan?
Well, I think he does all his talking in the ring, to be honest.
But at a certain point, you've got to kind of develop that, haven't you, if you're a champion?
You know, you get wrestlers that can only talk like The Miz and can't do fuck all in the ring unless he's nicking someone else's moves. So I'd rather him do well in the ring and not worry about talking.
Well, I'm just glad that you're not still upset about Great Balls of Fire, even though it was 3 days ago now. You don't hold a grudge. It's great to be able to spend a week with you when you're in such a good mood. And we see Fish on the outside. Black paying mind. Huge kick. Oh, Black face first into the canvas as we go to an advert. And speaking of adverts, Dan, we're going to do an advert, but there's none bigger, is there? I mean, weekend of August 19th, August 20th. And it will be NXT TakeOver Live and SummerSlam, the kickoff shows beforehand, an hour all before the main shows happen. We'll be looking at the latest episode 205 Live and NXT respectively on that. Bit of a news update. Are you looking forward to it, Dan?
I am indeed, yes.
It's been in Brooklyn as well, which NXT Brooklyn started when we first started the podcast. That was our, do you know what I mean? NXT, we've been there a long journey. As you see an advert. What do you think the advert for 2K18?
Well, someone coming in and destroying all the old props. Depends who it is. Fish. Oh, it was Seth Rollins all along.
Look at him smirking.
No, he's just got a grin on his face. Well, the building is
smirking hot, damn you. Welfare merriment, you're smirking.
Well, I know we've mentioned it before, but does Seth Rollins deserve to be on?
No, he really doesn't. His character's so blur, isn't it?
Meh.
Well, we're back and it's Fish versus Black.
And Fish is in control.
He is. Fish has got all the chips at the moment in this match.
Do you reckon Bobby Fish has got a chip on his shoulder?
I think he has. But he knows his place in this match. He'll be alright.
Stop carping on.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's had enough and now he's fighting back on Aleister Black.
Oh my God, James. We're making fish puns for the halibut.
There you go. And Bobby Fish working on the leg. I knew this would be a good idea during the week when we got onto NXT. We've still got the news stories coming up. We've still got the main event here. Authors of Pain, Heavy Machinery. Can Heavy Machinery offer a threat to the Authors of Pain? At the moment, though, Fish is offering a threat to Aleister Black, Dan.
Oh, a leg lariat, taking Black down. And he can't do that blackout kick if his legs hurt. Or black mask.
BMK. And now Fish working over the leg. Fish working over the leg of Black. That's how I'm going to pronounce him for the rest. Even if he becomes like
a new NXT champion.
Fish. And the winner of the Royal Rumble 2022, Fish.
Oh, but Fish taking the leg of Black.
He is. And now Black's fighting back with the punches, but he's got him from behind in the sleeper now, and Fish taking him down.
Come on, Black, you can beat Fish.
I don't know. Fish looks to be in control at the moment.
It looks like he's got loads of gaps between his teeth. This is gum shield.
That's what I just thought. I thought, what's going on?
He's got teeth like garden gates, one every yard.
Hey, but he's not got off the back of Aleister Black. Black rams him in the corner, and Fish in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, but Fish with the kick to Black's chest.
Oh!
Runs into a big knee, and Fish is rocked.
No, but Fish hits. Huge back suplex there. Going for the cover.
Can he beat Black on his debut match?
Oh, he's too close. Oh.
But Black with the kick out.
Too close to the ropes and made a mistake there. But Alistair trying to get back into this match. Kick to the head. This Fish has legs. Oh, dear.
Do you reckon Bobby Fish should team up with Finn Balor?
Well, hang on a minute. We've just changed it. But like Fish was in control, but Alistair Black fighting back. Combination kicks.
Oh, springboard moonsault there. Takes out Fish.
And Alistair Black, knee to the face of Fish. Now Alistair Black looking to finish things. Looking to finish Fish.
But Fish looks in trouble now.
Oh my God.
He's hardly moving.
He's out.
And Black lifting his head up with his foot.
He's like a fish out of water. He's in serious trouble. Oh!
Black mass, and that's got to be it.
Oh, wow.
And Fish has lost his debut match.
Yeah, fair play to Fish. It wasn't a bad match, though, was it?
No, I have to say, Fish put up a good fight.
No, he did. It was competitive. Fish had a lot of, moves in the match. Back and forth. Alistair Black, though, I can see why you like him. Because he turned it up that level, didn't he? And took it to the next stage. And I tell you what, Black is going to be a serious threat to the NXT champion, Bobby Roode, at some point in time. As we move on. And up next, Dan.
Up next, we get some hype for the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, via some self-shot videos of them around the Performance Centre and at live events.
Yeah, well then, Kayla Braxton stops Velveteen Dream as he exited Full Sail a couple of weeks back. He dismisses her because that's not appropriate. That's not the appropriate time / place. When she says she's interviewed other superstars there, he said he's not other superstars. It's the Velveteen Dream. And then we had a quick match.
Yes, Vanessa Bourne, no relation to Evan, defeated Jamie Hatchie via pinfall in under 2 minutes, following a spinning slam variant to qualify for the sick.
Yeah, and then we see the fan shot footage of Sanity Attack on Drew McIntyre from after last week's show is aired. Oh, I'll do this next bit, it's fine. And then Bobby Roode is in General Manager
Bobby Fish.
Bobby Roode is in General Manager William Regal's office. The GM brought the champion to talk about his next challenger. Killian Dane and Drew McIntyre both undefeated and both want the title. Roode suggests everyone could make a lot more money if let off in a #1 contender match. Regal suggests Roode just wants the big fellas to beat each other, but agrees. That will happen next week, and the winner gets the champ at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. So who would it be? Would it be Killian Dane or Drew McIntyre? The winner gets Bobby Roode. And what a huge match that would be if it was to happen. Up next, Dan.
Johnny Gargano is back. He enters slowly and looks serious. He tells the fans missed the Johnny Wrestling chant. He loved that and his music because he knew when he heard it something special was about to happen. But then the guy he would take a bullet for pulled the trigger on him. He didn't see it coming and he doesn't understand it. But he's not here to dwell on the past. He's focused on the future because you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. He needs to get back in the ring. He needs to get back to being Johnny Wrestling again. Wrestling is NXT's biggest show of the year, and he needs to be there. He leaves to big cheers and new theme music.
So he could be the next babyface star in NXT then, as he comes back with Gargano. I mean, like I say, huge news of McIntyre and Alistair Black. It's all set up, isn't it, for challenging Bobby Roode. He's going to be in serious trouble as the year progresses. But anyway, in addition to Dane and McIntyre's #1 contendership match, we're also going to get Ruby vs Ember Moon, which is a fucking big match.
That is a fucking huge match, yes, and hopefully we see an eclipse.
Yeah, we do. And main event right now for the NXT Tag Team titles, it is the Authors of Pain versus Heavy Machinery. We've just seen these two big men come out here, Dan. Who are you going to favour in this match?
You can't go against the AOP.
Why?
Because they've got Ellering in their corner. I think they're the bigger guys, they're the monsters, and it's going to take someone a lot better than the Heavy Machinery to take them down.
Is there anybody better at the moment, though? So what you got to ask yourself. especially with Otis Dozovic and Tucker Knight. These two big guys have been running through the competition, but I agree with you. Authors of Pain, absolute dominate, don't they? And even though when they're in serious trouble, as they have been past few, NXT TakeOver events, they still manage to find a way out. At the moment, straight away, you've got a Calm in there, because the Calm's the one with a tattoo now, isn't it?
Tattoo with the right arm.
Yeah. A Calm, and there's Otis Dozovic just got to tag in. These two bulls going face to face, Vizar and Dozovic, and who's going to win this headbutt off? Well, he ran into him, then he didn't move. I mean, these are the most evenly matched team for Authors of Pain recent time, isn't they? Aren't they?
Yeah, they certainly way up to the Authors of Pain, shall we say?
They definitely do. There's not many teams out there that are probably bigger than the Authors of Pain. Especially with Tucker Knight's height on there. And look at the power of Dozovic.
Well, he is like a bulldozer running through.
Oh, now Calm's come in, and now a big face-off between these four behemoths down, 4 Mack trucks in there.
Well, it's the irresistible force meeting the immovable object, James.
But now back to Tag Team Championships. Looks like a Calm is taking down, I can't see his face, Knight?
Yeah, Tucker Knight.
Oh, let's see what happens in the replay. Oh, Knight went to Irish Whip him. Oh, got brought down over the top, and a big man. It's the thing about heavyweights, even though they hit big, if they get hurt, they go down quick, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Land big.
That's it, that's better. And now look at the Authors of Pain, knowing what they do, doing what they do best, working down Knight, trying to get the pin. No.
And Tucker Knight trying to get his partner involved in the match, but he's unable to get across to make the tag to the big dozer.
But like you said earlier, Paul Ellering in the Authors of Pain corner, all that experience, all that knowledge given to the Authors of Pain, making them a better team. It is an unfair advantage if you think about it.
Well, what a rush.
His bowling shoe ugly at the moment.
But it's effective, James.
It is.
It may be ugly, but it's effective.
Right.
Just like your lovemaking.
It is. You're damn right. And I'm proud of that. And Razor in there now working on Tucker Knight. Got him in a sides. Got him in a horrible, trying to rip his head off his shoulders there.
And delivers a clubbing blow to the back, sending him down to the mat. And he is just hammering away at his opponent. Tucker Knight tries to cover up.
But the Authors of Pain, all joking aside, we ain't joking anymore. They have completely cut that ring off. Tucker Knight in all sorts of trouble. And a Calm in there with a huge knee to the face. Can he get the pin? But Tucker Knight finally fighting out. The wrong corner. Uh-oh.
He's caught in a sidewalk slam. A Calm goes up top and delivers a devastating foot to the head of Tucker, but unable to keep him down, and he manages to kick out.
Is that my love? Oh, big knee to the face. And Dozovic now is fully recovered from any ill effect earlier. I bet he's itching to get into the ring. But it's 2 fresh Authors of Pain as well.
And now Razor just toying with Tucker Knight, delivering foot stomps to the head. Why's he got his hair in a fat?
Well, Tucker Knight saying, come on, is that all you got? And now he's getting met with huge knees. Oh!
Manages to deliver a last gasp clothesline there to Razor. Turns him inside out. And it's not often a member of Authors of Pain.
No, that was incredible. And now can he get the separation needed to get a tag to Otis Dozovic?
Manages to make the tag.
Here he comes like a house on fire, baby. With the jabs. Oh!
Takes down a Calm twice.
Make that thrice as Razor comes in but gets caught with a clubbing blow.
Oh my God, belly to belly overhead there. Sends Razor in.
Fair play, Dozovic. And now he's going running. Oh! Squashes both Authors of Pain. Tucker Knight clotheslines Razor on the outside.
This could be it.
Oh!
Like a world's strongest slam there. And then he slams Tucker Knight onto his opponent.
Here we go.
1, 2.
Sit. Oh!
But a Calm managing to get the shoulder up and kick out. It looks like a really foul snow.
It's Tucker Knight. Tags in Otis Dozovic now. He's going to try and finish. A Calm. We've seen this before. They've run into each other. Oh!
But Razor in there with a big boot. The Calm manages to fight out, delivering elbow blows to the head of Dozovic.
Oh!
Plants him with a DDT. Tags in Razor.
Oh, here we go now. Is it time for the last chapter? Oh!
Boom. Side Russian leg sweep comboed with a clothesline. And that finishes off Heavy Machinery.
Fish. A fish. Yeah, last chapter, Dan. What did you think of the match?
I thought it was a bloody good match, considering they're all big fellas. You know, it wasn't the most attractive style of wrestling, but it was effective to say the least. And yeah, you know, it was a bloody good matchup. Heavy Machinery definitely held their own in there. And
yeah, no, I've really enjoyed it. I mean, like I say, especially for two big men, don't know what to expect. Did really well, also paying through, but fair play, Heavy Machinery. They've got a future in NXT, you mark my words. But that wasn't it, was it, Dan?
That wasn't it, no. Sanity's theme cuts off Authors of Pain's celebration as Dane, Alexander Wolf, and Nikki Cross hit the stage. They look up and smile as pages from the Book of Dominance fall from the ceiling.
Oh, so I think a message to Authors of Pain. We ask if there's any left to challenge them. Looks like Sanity have answered it. So that is it for Wednesday. So we're meeting up now. It's just the end of the week. And before we finally finish this podcast, we've got 3 news stories, Dan, and a couple of little extra bits as well that I found out. 3 news stories. 1 funny, 1 sad, 1 strange. So we start off with the funny. Dan, you can start it off.
Well, according to a report by the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Roman Reigns stepped up to help take control of a situation that upset several people on a WWE talent bus weeks ago.
Well, a disturbance was allegedly caused by Enzo Amore, which prompted Reigns to get up out of his seat and kick Amore off the bus. There are no details on what exactly Amore did to upset the other passengers. Dan, what do you think of that?
Why the fuck do people boo Roman Reigns? I mean, come on. Enzo reportedly has a lot of backstage heat with the WWE roster and has been kicked out of more than one dressing room, according to the report by Dave Meltzer.
Well, and we got more detail on it because it's pretty clear Roman Reigns is considered to be the new locker room leader after the recent incident of the talent bus, where he took charge of the situation and several people upset. But Enzo now, it's saying he was given the Miz treatment for a while. Basically, that he means that he was not allowed to dress for anyone in the locker room, Dan.
So he shouldn't be around for too much longer, hopefully.
I knew you'd like this story.
That is the happiest story I've heard in a while.
Well, anyway, go on.
Apparently the tears shed during his promo last week before Cass turned on him again were real because he said he was legitimately not happy about the team being broken up. Also, the part of the promo where he talks about his real life is better than his family life could be seen as something because he's not living in LA and having a great time and is not. Judging by his Instagram page, he seems to be having the time of his life in LA, meeting up with athletes and celebrities like Daniel Cormier, Nick Diaz and Halle Berry and Drake, and others in recent weeks. I guess this news about him having heat could explain why he was squashed at Great Balls of Fire and won Raw.
So that's a good story, isn't it, Dan? Isn't it? Yeah,
it's a bloody good story. What the fuck's going on with her hanging out with that little cunt?
I wonder what his shelf life will be now as a singles wrestler. The company clearly does not see him as being more than an undercard guy, and they've been treating him as a joke in recent months. Perhaps if he's lucky, he can end up being a manager, but WWE's not too big and having too many managers on the roster. And just when you think things get any better, Dan, read the next bit.
There's another WWE star that has heat. It turns out that Big Cass also has heat backstage.
The heat on him is particularly because of his views on politics, as he is a strong supporter of Donald Trump, and that is a sentiment not shared by many in the locker room. The heat on him is nowhere near the heat on Enzo Amore. Cass is someone that has the support of management, and his size and look will allow him more chances to break through as a top star.
Also, having heat with talent in the locker room is to hurt. Linda McMahon is part of the Trump administration, so being a Trump supporter might actually be seen as positive.
Well, the promo he gave on Monday looks to be the start of his ascension up the ranks. And although he's still green in the ring, I don't give him credit for cutting the best promo of his career last Monday. The match with Enzo appears to be a one and done, and they've already began the program with Cass and Big Show, which we saw on Raw. In fact, Enzo was nowhere to be seen on Monday night, and although Big Show was the aggressor in their first face-to-face confrontation on Raw, Cass will probably win in the end since it expires in February, and they have big plans for Cass. That's not good news, is it? In recent interviews, Cass is saying his goal is to eventually be in the main event of WrestleMania. Right. Next story. Next story is quite sad, but I just want to read it because I saw the video and I cried. 3 national corporate sponsors of Make-A-Wish are coming together to support the organisation that grants life-changing wishes for children with critical. Mattel, Toys R Us and WWE are partnering to launch a new John Cena action figure Available at Tools of Us stores from August 15th.
That would make me cry.
The pre-sale is limited edition. For every purchase of the action figure, Mattel will donate a portion of facilities to Make-A-Wish. Right. The figure features John Cena looking match ready in red, white and blue Stars and Stripe ring gear. The patriotic result of input from Alex, a Make-A-Wish kid from Los Angeles, California. Alex worked with teams at Mattel and WWE to put his personal design on the new action figure. Alex is an example of hundreds of Wish kids who have wished to meet John Cena and have been ever changed as a result. Having granted more than 500 wishes to date, Cena is the most popular celebrity wish granter in Make-A-Wish. And what did he say about it?
Having the opportunity to meet Alex and his vision behind the action figure was an incredible. Said WWE. There is nothing more humbling than a child who could ask for anything in the world, asking, and I will continue to grant wish. At Make-A-Wish, we have heard over and over again how wishes have the power to bring families closer together for the better. Said David, Make-A-Wish America. This is a case where wishes have inspired 3 of our sponsors to work collaborative to bring a life-affirming nature of a wish. It could not be.
So what it basically was, on This Week in WWE, it's shown as well. I watched it, and yeah, I say the kid got taken to the Mattel to design it, what he wanted on the figure, and then he got to meet John Cena, which nearly broke my fucking heart, because Cena came in, he said, what was the coolest part about working on the figure? Do you know what the kid said?
What?
He said, because it was you. And Cena's like, you know what I mean? When it's stuff like that, all the kid wants to do, and Cena said, oh, it was great, and they put it on sale, and also Mattel, fair play to them, made an action figure of the kid, so he could have, you know, a fake action figure of himself, which I think in this day and age, I know people say, oh, maybe do it for charity, but that kid's life there has been changed for the good. And it's just because of something silly, like an action figure and a chance to meet his hero. And that is something WWE can do, which, you know, I know it's not the kind of same vein as what we do, but I think it's worth mentioning, you know. Paige, we'll talk about more of the incident in a second. Just as Paige's way, what she said about it, okay? So, Alberto didn't want me to say full story because he didn't want people to know, I didn't want people to know that I threw a drink on him. But the full story is this. I had a phone call saying my uncle's in a bad way. I'm crying outside the restaurant. I go in. Alberto's hugging me. I'm a little sensitive and we start bickering about something so small. Say I'm leaving and he says something that I won't write on here, but it wasn't nice. What could that be, Dan? I shouldn't have done it. I threw a drink in his face because I was so angry. Again, shouldn't have done it in front of a lot of people. I walk out, he follows me a few seconds later and gets the cops and security, and a crazy lady decides to leave whatever she's doing to follow us and invade our privacy in a completely low way. Only low-life people.
Anyways, it was me who was being held for battery charges because I threw. No, he never touched me, and no one ever. In all their glory, it's completely ridiculous how one story can spiral out of control. Oh, and guess what? Internet? He smelt like beer because I threw a beer on him. Nothing more. No one got arrested. There's no mugshots. There's no charge. The horrible, disgusting human being of a lady decided she wanted to make money out of our I wish people would give us the privacy. I know we won't get it, but I wish that would should go to the Make-A-Wish.
Well, this is a statement. This is what. So, there's an incident at Orlando International Airport at about 3 p.m. Sunday involving Jose Rodriguez. The reported incident was a domestic violence battery and still under investigation. So, no arrests have been made as of this time, but the case remains open. This is all the information we have to release at this time. But this is interesting because we say there's no arrest, but we've got a little bit more information. Paige is still listed as an active competitor on WWE's official website. We know this. Though she hasn't wrestled in over a year. Her last televised match was June 27th, 2016 on Raw.
WWE released El Patron last September, and he has since become a full-time wrestler for Global, holding the company's world. Global Force Wrestling announced Monday that it has suspended El Patron indefinitely.
Yeah, so this is the thing. They've suspended him, and if it wasn't a big deal, why is he suspended? Especially after what happened at Summerversary.
Yeah, well, was there last week on him teamed up to, and he is currently holding the GFW championship as well.
So we know that the Impact ones are taped in advance, and if he's suspended now, exactly, they put both world titles, and then what happens? It's a bad situation for, Impact or Global Force can't really catch a break. Anyway, so we've got a couple of more extra things now. I say finally, but you haven't. We've talked about Kurt Angle earlier, and WWE has announced that Kurt Angle will be doing a live interview after Monday Night Raw on the WWE Network. This will be a follow-up to the big reveal that will presumably happen at the end of the show. WWE is hoping for a huge rating boost as they begin their builds towards SummerSlam.
There has been a ton of speculation online on what this big secret might be, and it seems like they want the fans to believe that another woman is it. We won't spoil anything here, but it looks like a huge clue might have been given away earlier. If you
there we go.
When he says "I love you" on the phone.
Yeah, so he said on the phone, "I love you," and there was talk because it was in Nashville that it might be Dixie Carter there because she's from Nashville. But have you any idea who it could be? I mean, who would you want it to be? Well, I think maybe Stephanie. Be Stephanie, and then you can have Kurt Angle, Stephanie, and then
again.
Yeah, exactly. Start the feud with Triple H, match against him at SummerSlam. But we'll see what happens. The illusion let us down, you know.
In addition to the big reveal, a number one contenders match will go between Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe, and it will determine who will go on to face Brock Lesnar. As of last week, the plan was to go with Reigns versus Lesnar, but given that Joe has been so hot during his feud with Lesnar, I could see a triple threat with Lesnar versus Joe.
Yeah, and what I can see as well is, I think it's pretty obvious. Strowman may be getting involved and having a fatal four-way at SummerSlam with Strowman, Joe, Reigns, and Lesnar. That would be a very good match. But we had a bit of shocking news, and WWE have confirmed that Talking Smack will no longer air on Tuesday nights following 205 Live. The show will continue to air after SmackDown pay-per-views. Dan, what do you think of that news? I'm really surprised by that. Talking Smack was one of my favourite shows. We always reviewed it because even though it was a little bit jokey, like I say, not enough serious sometimes, I think it was a good show. And now to move it to pay-per-views, I think that's terrible. But anyway, they sent the following statement to us today.
Yes, we continuously review WWE Network's programming lineup based on a variety of factors, including viewership and subscriber reach. Talking Smack and War Talk will air following pay-per-view day. Will continue to feature Talking Smack on the WWE Network on the 205 Live premiered on November to took up the calls into.
Well, host Renee Young and SmackDown General Manager Daniel Bryan, who often co-hosted the show, Renee tweeted the following of the cancellation. He says, "I come online to support Sammy Fisrt and find this out. I'm the GM. No one tells me anything."
Yes, and Renee Young went on to say, "Really disappointed. We tried to make that show great. Guess I'll go back to welcome him."
It's backstage interviews, basically. Oh, Ryback said they originally planned for him to go against Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 30. Okay, that's it. So, that is everything they show, and it has been a big one. But before we go, don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at WWE Network Review or
at Vince McDan WWE.
I'm at J_Rollins, and we've got a new friend on Twitter as well, Dan.
We have, yes, and we've got a new account. Come and follow him. He's Mini Chris Benoit.
Yes,
and you can follow his adventures where we take in various pictures about our average working days, and what Mini Benoit gets up to in his life.
No, don't forget to follow at Mini Chris Benoit on Twitter. We're also on Facebook, Dan.
Facebook, you can come and find our page and give us a like with a WWE Network Review, or you can come and find me and add me as a friend. I am Vince McDan.
We're across all the Google platforms, Google Plus, the WWE Network Review. Send us an email to WNRpodcast@gmail.com, and on YouTube, where we upload all the new videos. Check them out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, the WWE Network Review Podcast. All our latest podcasts go up there at the same time as do other places like SoundCloud.
On your phone.
And also Stitcher Radio, Spreaker Radio, where we've got the two big live shows, SummerSlam, NXT TakeOver, and of course iTunes, where you can download, subscribe, rate and review there. But that is everything. Next week, Dan, what episode is next week, Manuel?
It's the Randy Orton Anthology, and it is 2 episodes of, in my opinion, the greatest of all time.
Let me just say to you, an unbiased opinion, how good is Randy Orton podcast?
It is the best we've ever done.
Okay, there we go. That's what's coming next week. But that is everything today. So I have been James Rollins, as always.
Dan White.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and bye.
Bye.